Oh, am I muted? No, I'm not muted. Hey, there we go. What's up, everyone? How are we doing today? What's up, Miso? What's up, Kino? Kiara, Ember, Mimo, Ozzy, Bren, Awesome, Oopie, Morphin, Ramen. Oh my goodness, Haka, Possum. We got so many people here. Welcome in, welcome in. Welcome in, Axie as well on YouTube. We got big things today. We got big things. I don't even have anything displaying on my screen. My bad. This is what we have on the docket for today. I think there are a lot of tournament legal levels that are not all that good anymore. I feel like a lot of the time, you know, if I play a ranked set, I feel like it's too common for me to see maps and just think, I don't feel excited about that. So I think it's time. It's time. Originally, you know, I was a lot less strict in what was accepted for tournament legality because we had so few levels, you know? But now we have 308 of them. I think we can afford to trim down the fat a little bit. I think we can afford to. Level smash or pass. Real. Can we do a gamble on how many maps are left by the end of the stream? Like 250 something? I don't know if we're gonna... I don't think we're getting through 309 levels in one stream. Like, even if I could do one level per minute, that would be 5 hours. Maybe I can do a level per minute, but it's like I want to talk about, you know, I want to talk about why levels are not tournament legal, why they should be. Maybe some will be so easy it'll go fast. We'll see. We'll see. So how's this gonna work? I'll explain in a sec. Yeah, you know, we can do a gamble. I can put up a gamble. And then if we just don't get through them all, then whatever. You know, we'll just call it quits. We'll do greater than 50 levels or less than 50. Also, whoever just subscribed, it says that I gained a subscriber, but it just doesn't want to tell me who that was. I couldn't tell you why, but if that was you, thank you very much. I appreciate you. Are these in random order? Yeah, they are. They are. Bojack, can we do a tier list based on levels of attractiveness? Hell no. This is already going to take so long. This is going to take a really, really long time if I'm not, like, optimal. And you know how Ask Bojacks go. I can't imagine this will be all that much better. Download the gamble mod. We need to be code gambling while streaming. Maybe. Okay, but you said it was in local, right? I don't want to be in local. I want to be in, like, I'm online. ABC order? No, it's not. That is a crazy coincidence. I will say, you would think it is in alphabetical order because this is a very alphabetical map, but no, this is pure random. What's up, Jano? Welcome in. There's also some illegal maps that should be legal future. I don't know. Yeah, that can be something we do in the future. I mean, I think with a system like this, I could make it into like a weekly thing where I have a stream, we go over all the maps, all of like the maps that could be tournament legal, and we talk about why they should be or why they shouldn't be. Because, you know, I need consistent content. That's an easy one. This is the best spring precision abuse map? Yeah, there's a lot you can do. I also think this map's really tight. But yeah, that's something, you know, we can cross that bridge when we come to it. For now, though, let me show you the system. Let me show you how this all works. Actually, let me load up UCH first. We can do a little code gamble real quick. Wait, Ozzy, wait, hold on. How does it work? Because if I went local with your mod, could I could code gamble while I'm in the local lobby? And, like, I can still load stuff in from here, right? Like, I definitely can. Loki, I might have a mod that breaks local play. That's very, very possible. And honestly, the more this goes, the more it is looking like that actually is the case. So I think Code Gamble is, I think Code Gamble's cooked for today. You're getting back into tournaments? Nice, dude. Best of luck in Eclipse. I'm excited to see you lock in. I would honestly love to play Eclipse, but I am away for the whole weekend. Thursday to Sunday, I am gone. How does a code break local? No, that's not what it is. I have a different mod that I made. What a weak code. I made a mod that like gives you name tags in local play. I don't know if that's the one that breaks it. To be honest, I have like 10 million different mods installed, and a lot of them are only half finished. So like, sometimes things break. You know how it goes. Anyways, that being said, let's get into it. I think this map's just not legal anymore. It's very small. The aesthetics are definitely... They're not the worst thing in the world. I think looking at it from the full picture, maybe it doesn't look all that impressive, but simplistic styles do play well in-game. So I wouldn't hold that against it, but it's just like, this map is very tight, it's very conducive to tech spam, it doesn't have any pre-placed hazards, the aesthetic is fine, but like it's not great, and it's just too small. As a whole, I think there's just so many things going against it, I don't think it meets the quality required. Illegal. Okay, and then I think, let me real quick just check and make sure in the database that this is working. Because I tested and it did successfully update the legality, but you never know. Maybe something changed. I just want to make sure I don't go through the whole system. Yeah, it did. Oh yeah, I guess you can just look in LevelNet. I don't need to open up the database. Okay, if it did, then good. Okay. Honestly, I'm really tempted. I'm really tempted to make this illegal now. I think this is, I don't know. The thing is, like, it's really hard to build in a lot of the time. It's really hard to build, because you have so many straight walls that you can do stuff on, but, like, you can just go across. Anything that you set up in this map, you can just go across to the other side. So, like, it's really hard to force things. This downward section is not the best. This one's a bit better. Aesthetics-wise, it's definitely there. I just feel like this map is so advantaged to... I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it. This map plays mostly on the ground. Yeah. I just think it's like, how many... I feel like nowadays I am not excited when I see this map come up. And I think that usually is the opinion, I feel like. I think when I'm, like, super unsure, if I'm ever super unsure about whether or not a map should be legal, I think, you know, we pull the chat a little bit. What do we think? Northern Stargate is one of the few maps we actually see reuse. Yeah, but the problem is that maps getting reused or put into stage lists, the people who make the decisions for which maps go into which tournaments are not always the same people who play the maps a lot and understand what makes levels good versus what makes them bad. I think this level looks really good. It looks really cool. And it also fits a theme, so it gets reuse. But in terms of the gameplay, I just don't think it's great. I once saw a great buzzer beater. Oh yeah, 100%. That was Nell versus Variety Bear, right? I once had a great game. Yeah, okay, it was Nell versus Variety Bear. This is such a peak map. This map's so good. Okay, if people are saying this, then, I mean, I say keep legal. I'm going to put it into not confident, though. So the way this works, I can give confidence ratings when I make it legal. If I'm super confident, like I see a map, I'm like, this is so good, then it goes very confident, and then next time I open this, it's going to skip over it, so I don't see it. If I'm reasonably confident, there's a 50% chance it pops up, and if I'm not confident, it'll always pop up. So I think I'll legalize this. I don't feel super confident, though. I think I'm going to keep legal, but I'm not confident. I think this map is fine. The aesthetics are alright. The gameplay is fine enough. Like, you can build on it, but, like, I think the wire placements are just really, really bad. Truthfully, I think the wire placements are not good. It just kind of falls into that category of, like, wires kind of just randomly placed around for the sake of having the wires to be a legal map, but it's not like, there's not a lot of thought put into it, I think, and it doesn't add too much gameplay wise. There's this version, Macaw version. Yeah, I think, I don't know, which one do we keep? One of them is gonna be removed. You ran out of place build. Yeah, I just think it's not. Macaw stays. I see the same spike ball placement at the start every time. This one or this one, or I don't know. I think this one gets removed. We can once Macaw comes up, we can think about it again. Honestly, I think this map is kind of buns. It's just hard to build on. It is so hard to build on this map. You just got nothing to work with. The aesthetics are good. The aesthetics definitely they hit. But yeah, I think this one's a remove. We don't gotta think too much about that. Braveheart. Yeah, this map is a remove. I think it doesn't meet the aesthetic standards that we can afford to have now. I think the random wires are not great. Night background is always... I mean, I guess now we have a night background mod. It's not as bad, but still. I just think the wire placements are not great. I also feel like this map probably should be made illegal. Like, I was playing this map with Morphin and Evan, and it was a 3-person lobby. It was a 3-person lobby, and, like, we couldn't find builds so often. Yeah, 2v2 is, like, it's fine for 2v2, but, like, there's no hazards that allow you to build anything off of them, and all of the sects, like, it's so wide open. The choke point, like, this is kind of a choke point, but it's diagonal where you can't build anything. Choke point, diagonal down, you can't build anything. In all of the areas where you actually want to build things, you can't. The aesthetics are great. I mean, it looks really cool. But yeah, I just don't think, I don't know. I don't think it's a great gameplay level. I made this as a casual map, but they said if I renamed it, it would be legal. Who said rename it? Me? Did I say that? Because I said that about Blank Little Variety Bear. But I don't know. I think the map's... I think it is a casual map. Like, I had fun playing it casually, but it does rely on you building the infrastructure, you know? I do think it's valuable having casual maps, though. For what it's worth, I think it's super valuable having maps like this, because, like, if I'm playing in tournament, then yeah, it doesn't really work, because I can't justify placing down planks to set up for future builds, because my opponent can use those too, and in the meantime, they can just place something that gives them advantage. But in casual games, that's way better, you know? And I think if every map is tournament legal, tournament only, then I think casual loses out. So having maps like this is good, but I do think probably this shouldn't be tournament legal. Yeah, we definitely need a better way of scouting out casual maps. Wingspan. This map's alright. I think it falls into... It has the same issues that just about every single map that is designed... It has the same design pattern, where it's like, there is a big thing in the middle. You know, I'm making a level, I want to make one central art piece, and then I'll just have the players go around it, and that's how I'll design the gameplay. Well, at the start, you know, you got some gameplay here, you're going up, you have some gameplay. Really long, terrible down section. Nothing over here. And it's like, the gameplay doesn't really vary in an interesting way. The aesthetic's fine. The aesthetic is, I'd say, it meets the mark to be tournament legal, but, like, one thing I will say, these wires on the left add quite a bit. They do. It starts nice. Honest to God, you could move the flag to be here, and the map would genuinely be better. I think I can keep this legal for now, but I'll have it in low confidence. Because, like, we're getting rid of a lot of maps. We're getting rid of a lot of maps right now, and I don't want to go overboard with it. You don't see much of that aesthetic in-game, I think. Yeah, but I like the flowers. Like, I've played on this map. I've played on this map, and it felt fine to play on. Chat should decide on a poll. I'm not going to have that, like... Not for everyone. Not for everyone. Because, truthfully, I don't trust chat to make these decisions. But, if I'm, like, on the fence about it, I'm super down. I'm super down. We can do a poll. We can do a poll. Alright. Poll is up. Why is the phone ringing? Good. That downward section feels questionable. I agree. I agree. Make it illegal now and tell Schlump to move the flag. I don't think I would tell Schlump to move the flag because, like, as time goes by, we're only going to be getting better and better levels. And, like, even if we made this legal now, it would be on the chopping block. Eventually, its time would come, and I don't think it would take all that long. So telling Schlump to change it when, like, I think the rest of the map isn't good enough to justify that, I don't think that's worth it. Keep legal. Most people are saying no. If you're watching on YouTube and you want to participate in the polls, twitch.tv/BojackUCH. I definitely think maps need to be categorized, build battle 2v2s. That's something that we can have in the future, for sure. For now, I just want to have this whole system be as lightweight and as simple as possible. Alright, this is illegal. This map's fine. It's fine. I don't think it's like a great map, but it's like I'm fine to keep it legal. I'm gonna put that in not confident though. I think this one's a remove. I think the aesthetic really doesn't hold up. Like, if I actually loaded this up and went in-game... Why am I sheep? That's not me. I'm the horse, man. Cloud gameplay sucks. Yeah, this is a big thing. Like, in general, cloud gameplay is just one thing I really want to target. I think it's kind of buns most of the time. Code gamble? I can't code gamble. I don't have access to a new code yet. I think the aesthetic in-game is, like, not the best. It's not great. I will say the different night background honestly does do some work for it. Yeah, I think this is just a remove. This is just a remove. I enjoy the matches I play on this map. The aesthetic is pretty rough. I don't know. It's not rough, but it's not great. Get old Kreutz out. Like, I don't think this is bad enough to remove, though. I don't think it's bad. I think this is a low confidence keep. Like, you could make a modern version of this, and it would be good. You could absolutely modernize this map. I think the aesthetic is simple enough. Like, when I'm in game, I can tell what's going on. I think it's fine. I don't know. I think this is a case of, like, this looks cool here, but, like, let's load this in game. I don't think the in-game aesthetic is all that great, frankly. Maybe it's not that bad. I don't know. Gameplay is fine. I am gonna be a lot more strict on maps not having hazards now, though. Like, you can have a map with no hazards and have it be tournament legal, but the gameplay has to be good. And I think this gameplay is just, like, alright. Like, Morphin, we played a set on this, and it was like, there was stuff we could do. I don't know. I think this is one where I'm gonna pull people, because I'm on the fence. I could keep it legal with low confidence, but, like, I don't think the gameplay is great. I wish I could run the same poll back. I quite like this, but I'm biased towards Kiwi. Yeah, I think it's like, it plays out fine, but alright, it's looking like, oh my god, wait, no is winning. So we don't want this to be legal by the looks of it. This is a tight battle. Guys, this is a tight battle. we need to upload their sandstorm map? Alright. It is not legal. Bypass. I think this map's not good. I think the aesthetic is like... The in-game aesthetic is not good. The gameplay is not good. It's a whole bunch of random wires. In my experience, I don't love this section because it's like... You just can't really see below you. Anything you place here, you have to fall down into this area and like... It's not super readable. It's not really that easy to build on. The gameplay is not great. The aesthetic, in-game aesthetic is pretty bad. I think this is an illegal map. This is definitely illegal. I don't think I need to think too hard about this one. I like this map. I really like this map. Some people might say some things about the aesthetics, but I think simple aesthetics play well in-game. I think the gameplay is really good. I like when people use spring, you know, I'm biased because I do it myself, but I do like when people integrate springs into the gameplay and the map, because like a lot of the time in tournament, you really just see springs used to spam precision. But if you create spring gameplay where it's like you jump on this spot and then all the stuff that comes up after is, you know, the gameplay, I find it leads to a much more diverse experience with respect to springs. I think the wires are used pretty well. Yeah, I think it's a good map. I honestly feel reasonably confident. I think we keep that for sure. This map's fine. I honestly don't love it, but I think it's fine. I think it meets the standards well enough. It is sometimes difficult to build on though. Like, it's a very long map. This section does nothing. I like building up here, I like building up here, I like building here, but like, if I'm playing casual games, I can place a whole bunch of wrecking balls or projectiles or whatever in this space, but it's really, really hard to build in this space in tournament. I think, honestly, the first half of the map is kind of useless in an actual game. Yeah, I think this map is like, I think it's fine. It makes up for the things that it's missing from just being fun. You know what I mean? Like, it's missing a lot of things that I usually look for in tournament legal maps, but it, you know, rule of cool, if people enjoy playing on it, that does take precedence usually. So like here, I think this is illegal. Reasonably confident. I need to load this map up. It's by Ghost Polo. Oh. Built by the Slurminator himself. Okay, here's the thing. Starts off with downwards gameplay. Okay, actually, I see a bunch of stuff you could do here. This seems fine. This is fine. Really, Kreutz would love this area. Oh my god. I like that there's a pit here. I don't like that the pit doesn't really do anything. Because, okay, here's the thing. Here's the thing when you're making pits. If you have, like, a really long pit, then all of a sudden, it's kind of like a default map. You know, it's like waterfall or rooftops where all the stuff you build here, it works because there's the threat of if I fall down, I die. So the platforming comes from staying on top of the blocks placed over this section. But when you have a really small, it doesn't really do, you know, it doesn't really do the same thing. So it comes down to, if you have a pit of this size or smaller, it kind of just comes down to, I need to place non-hazardous blocks to use the space for a setup. Rather than this pit exists so that there's a threat below, it exists as a setup in of itself. So small pits, usually not the best. But I mean, it's fine. I think this map's probably gonna end up being illegal. The aesthetic is good, but it's just like, I think there's so much stuff you could do if this side was all like impossible. Because if you were forced, you know, like I think this gameplay would be 10 trillion times better. Honestly, there's just not much that I can place where you can't just not engage with it. Like, I don't know. It's not the worst. It's not the worst. This plays well. This plays well. This plays okay. This plays well if you're Kreutz. But the map is pretty short, and like a lot of the sections aren't really that usable enough that the effective length of the map is kind of small. I'm kind of leaning towards illegal, but I'm curious to hear everyone else's takes. This is so good though. Why though? What makes it so good? It was primarily legalized because it was his first map. Yeah, like, I think already, if a map like this dropped, whether or not it gets legalized in the first place would be up in the air, and, like, you know, Ghost Polo gone. I think this just becomes illegal. Does this map still have the issues that it did before, or are they fixed? Because I think the gameplay in this is good. I think it's a little bit... I think it's a little bit much with the pre-play stuff, but like, I'm fine with having it. Like, if we're gonna have maps that have no pre-place hazards, then I think it's fine every once in a while to have maps with more pre-place hazards. I think in terms of how fun it is, I actually really like this gameplay. Like this right here, go into this. Like, this is actually really good gameplay. I think this wire probably shouldn't be there. I think it's good, but it's just a bit much. It's just a bit much. But yeah, I really like this gameplay. Having LSAWs built in the map is nice, because LSAWs are kind of useless on their own most of the time, and like, it's harder to force perfect LSAWs here, because you have to block off the top and here, so it's 2 builds rather than the usual 1. Beyond that, these pits are not good, I think. They're fine, but they kind of just create half-block gameplay. The big thing with pre-placed hazards is they shouldn't exist to create setups, they should exist to create gameplay. Like right here, for example, this is an example of pre-placed hazards creating gameplay, not setups. You can build setups off of this gameplay, but this creates gameplay where, like, I jump up, I go into here, and then I go up to here. This is a unique... You know, this is a unique pattern. Jump up like that. You plan out the movement of the players ahead of time so that anything that they build is built on top of that movement. They don't have to force the movement. They create the setups forced on top of it, because it's forcing the movement is really difficult to do in a tournament. And when you don't have stuff like this, it leads to a very, very stale lack of variety. All of the movement you're doing is just so basic and strictly it pertains to things that you can easily force in a tournament match. That's why I think gameplay like this is really good. I think this map stays. This is a challenge map. Yeah, it is. But it plays well. Wait, what is this? Yeah, this map's really fun. There are 2 of them. Is it a bad thing to keep both of them? That's the question. I don't really see grounds for removing this ever, really. Like, yes, there are no hazards, but the gameplay is good, the aesthetic is wonderful. Plays well in-game, looks good outside of game. Really, really good 2v2 map. I think I prefer the other one. Over this one, but like, they're both good. Reasonably confident. This one has too many random wires. Why are wire crawls banned? I don't want to explain it right now. You know what? Fuck it. I'll explain it. There are so many reasons. No, but this is going to take so long. And if I get sidetracked that easily, like... I've explained it a billion times before. Wire crawls are banned for a good reason. That's all I got for you. I'm inclined to make this map illegal. Like, okay, another thing that I really want to target is maps that have just way too many random wires placed around. Because I think when I originally was making the push for including pre-placed hazards, I think a lot of people didn't really get what I was trying to say. I don't think people understood the goal of placing pre-placed hazards, and so we got a whole bunch of stuff like this where there's just wires for the sake of having the wires, because that gives you places you can create setups. But a lot of people, you know, myself included, really don't like the feeling of playing on maps with a bunch of random wires placed around, and I think that's doing a lot of harm for the public perception of pre-placed hazards and levels. I think this becomes illegal. It sucks when you're bad. Yeah, I feel that. Start can be spawn kill plus can't place much in that area. Yeah, I agree. It made really cool setups every game in Underworld Uprising. That is true, but one thing worth noting is, like, you typically, like, it's a lot easier to make cool setups on maps that aren't conducive to good gameplay in amateur tournaments, because amateur players don't yet have the same, they don't build the way that you know, top players do. Build advantage and building strategy in general doesn't really matter as much, but like the idea with tournament legal maps is that I want maps that are conducive to good gameplay even when both players are trying their absolute hardest to win. Because like as UCH grows bigger and bigger, that's something we can't control. You know, in the early days of UCH, when it was, you know, it was pretty small, the community was propped up on you know, gentlemen's agreements and gameplay integrity, where we kind of just agreed not to play in a way that would be lame. We understood that the game doesn't work if you play really lame, so we just didn't do it. But as the community grows, you can't really control that culture in the same way. So we have to be, you know, we have to plan ahead. We have to plan ahead with the maps that we allow. If that makes sense. That's the whole idea with tournament legal maps to begin with. Yeah, I think this is wire spam. I think we make it illegal. I haven't played on this map. I've heard other people say really good things. Haka usually makes good maps. What does chat think? This map is okay. It's fun. I think I'm probably going to keep this one. Test the cog works. I have seen them turn. Like, they look really cool. Play the level the gimmick is ... I've seen the gimmick. It seems fine to me, no? Am I wrong? The gimmick is the worst part of it? Damn. Okay, so where do we go? Is this a forced 4-wide? Am I stupid? Oh, okay. That's not as clear as I would have liked. This looks fine. This is fine. Yeah, the gimmick isn't great. But this game, like the rest of the gameplay, is honestly really good. I think this is a keep. It's hard to build around the cogs. Yeah, I imagine, like, it's really hard to build something intentional, but like if you're playing, what is this? I hate that. If you're playing like the projectile game or the timing game, I think there's a lot of stuff you can do here that's pretty good. Top cog does seem pretty amp, but beyond that, like, I do think the rest of the gameplay is fine enough. The aesthetic is good enough. Like, I think this is a keep. I think this is a keep. I also like, I don't know. I like having maps that are out there because, like, it's good to show people what you can do, you know? Even if this maybe isn't the perfect execution of it, maybe someone thinks, well, maybe if I did this differently, it would work. And then they try that. And eventually, you know, this map's fine. I think these wires are implemented decently well. Like, they don't really do that much. This is doing a little tiny bit. This is doing a tiny bit. Not much. I don't know. I think the gameplay design is not great. The aesthetic is solid. I think in-game it also looks decently solid. But yeah, I think we keep it. I think we keep it. This map's pretty good. This map is pretty good. Simple aesthetic, plays out well in game. I think the wires are really well done for gameplay design. Every time I've played on this map, I think there have been interesting things set up, and it's been easy to find good builds. So I think for sure. I think I'll put reasonably confident. Spot the double stack wire right here in the corner. Am I correct? Ding, ding, ding. Yes, I knew I could do it, guys. Thanks. Frontier. I don't know. I don't know about this one. I don't think it looks great. I don't think the gameplay's great. Yeah, like, I don't think this map is good enough to justify not having hazards. You know what I mean? Probably, like, there are definitely ways you could improve this. Like, maybe this whole section was lowered down by a little bit, and then this spot has wires, and then the idea is, like, you get into this gap, and then you jump across. Then you're at least creating some movement. There's something you can build around there, but, like, I think this is an illegal map. I think probably that's the play. This is used in one turn and then just kind of forgotten about. Yeah. This really is the purge? Yeah, we're purging it. Better brand map? Yeah, there are better brand maps. Brand has a bunch of good maps. I think this is an example of aesthetics hard carrying, because the aesthetics are so good. They're so good. The gameplay is alright, but it's genuinely kind of hard to build in most of the area. I don't know. But it's like, it's fine. It's fine. Like, it is, the aesthetics are awesome. They really are. And people generally seem to like it enough, especially lower level players gravitate towards this map. I have no problem keeping it. I do think the gameplay is on the weaker side, but yeah, I think this is totally fine. I don't know. This map's fine. This map's fine. I was misremembering. I was thinking of another tournament map from this tournament, but this one's, it plays fine. The aesthetics are cool. Sure. I think I removed this map probably. I think so. I don't know, I'm trying to reason it out. I feel like all the games I've played on this have not been good. I also think, like, the pre-built hazards are used poorly, in my opinion. I think there's not much you can do, because these both curve inwards. It's like, what are you actually doing with these wires? Yeah, I think building is just not... Building is kind of hard, and, like... I think I make it illegal. I've never willingly picked that map. This map's great. I think this map's awesome. I think the aesthetic is underrated. I think the gameplay, for, like, even for having no hazards, is really good. Which is weird, because at a glance, I don't think this map looks like it would have good gameplay, because it's like you have this long down diagonal section, not great. Upwards diagonal section, not great. No hazards, not many, you know, a lot of open space. Even so, I think this map is, like, good. Isn't there a weird split path? Yeah. Oh, yeah, there is. It's not that bad. This kind of hurts my eyes, not gonna lie. Yeah, but the beautiful thing about it is, like, you are looking at a one full picture, but then you go into the game. I just don't feel like it looks that way. You gotta assess maps. I think more than half of how you assess the aesthetic quality of the map is how it looks in-game. I think this looks good. I honestly like it. I generally like Pig's maps, to be honest. I actually think Pig's makes really fun gameplay. I dislike this map. Are split paths seen as a bad thing in general? Yeah. The idea with split paths being a bad thing is, like, You just got to think of the incentives. You just got to think of the incentives when you are building in-game. I, on any given turn, want to build the strongest thing that I can in one build. Because if I don't do that, and my opponent does do that, they are advantaged over me. So, like, I can't justify closing off a split path most of the time. Like, it's just not really good. It's not really good value to use one of your builds to close up a path. And even if you do close off a path, maybe you know, I close off this path and we go up. I close off here and then we have to go up and to the right. Anything that we build over here is useless because all it takes is one dynamite and suddenly this doesn't matter. That's the idea with split paths. If there was a way with good logistics that we could agree, like once a path has been sealed off, it is sealed off for the duration of the match, I would be down. I actually think split paths are really fun. Yeah, like generally, I honestly do like split paths. I just think in tournament they don't play out well. Like a good example, I use in my map, I have a split path, and this was made after I decided split paths shouldn't be considered for tournament legality most of the time. Some split paths can be good. I think the idea is like you just want to create an area that you're playing around. Like this split path, whenever I play it, it always comes down to either you go to the bottom or you go to the top. But either way, like, I think it does a good job of creating gameplay. This split, however, in the original version, you could go to the left or to the right. That split wasn't good, so I removed it. Same with this one here. Some splits work out well, some splits don't, but you just have to have tact with it. I despise this map. You despise Grand Library 2? I think that's crazy. I think Grand Library 2 is genuinely probably my best map. I feel like I have I'm Ancient Aqueduct. But like, every time I come back to it, I never struggle to build on it, and I feel like I always get unique builds. Like the set that I played against Bran on here was awesome. Kill all split paths? I think some of them can be okay. 4 Seasons is way better. You're crazy. You're smoking straight dick if you think 4 Seasons is a better map of mine. I think we keep this legal. I'll say low confidence though, because it is, you know, this map's good. This map's fine. I think that's a reasonably confident. I don't think we need to dwell on that one too much. It's a fine map. This map as well. I like these mortars. I feel like every time I play, the mortars add something. I feel like these wires are venturing into the territory of like, no, but they're okay. They're not random wires. They're not random wires. I think a lot of people look at this and they think it's purely random wires, but you got to consider if the wires create gameplay, they're not random. And the whole idea here is like you go here, you jump up, you jump across, and then you go up and across. By creating movement, there's so much gameplay. Like I always have something placed here that I like. I think this is a good map. I think it's a really good map. I always see the same corner wire jump. Yeah. Dude, I'll say it. I think UCH would be a much better game if corner wire jumps were removed entirely. If they didn't exist, I think UCH would be better. Because it's just so hard. It's like the same thing with wire crawls, where you can't just build downward wires. Like right here, this map is so much better with wire crawls removed, because now these wires don't just create a wire crawl for free. Now it's like, oh, I need to create something where like I can't jump too high or these wires get me. That's the gameplay it creates. But like when you see Kreutz hit him against Raito and Grands, yeah, like, okay, here's the thing. I think the better outcome is we have a block. I've proposed this so many times. Let me even pull up. I will pull it up. Here it is. I've proposed this to the devs. I think there's genuinely a real chance that it gets added to the game, but a block like this, where it is just a normal custom block, but it is spiky on the outsides, you would not be able to corner wire jump. It would have hitboxes that do not permit it. When you connect another block to, you know, any side of it, it only has spikes on the outside. So like this side that's connected to another block to its right, it would just be normal custom blocks. Every other platforming game has something like this. I think UCH really needs it. And if this is something you could do that would, you know, get rid of corner wire jumps, that would be awesome. So good, so good. Smaller or the same as wires? I think smaller. I think smaller. I honestly, ideally, I don't want it to be the same because we open up we gain so much. We gain so much by having like different sized static hitboxes. And I think explaining why would take way too long, but I've done it on stream a few times. It's basically just like you can categorize blocks into several different, groups. You have cycle-based items, trigger items, non-hazards. You have a Venn diagram of things that overlap. You have purely movement-based items, purely moving items. But one of those categories is static hazards. Because static hazards are like the base that you build everything else on. You use all of the other blocks on top of static hazards to create unique things. The only thing we really have for static hazards is spike balls and wires. There are springs when hitting the spring would kill you in some way. There are cannons when hitting the cannon would kill you in some way. And now we kind of have thwomp, but not really. And portals, but we can't use portals. So having more of those just drastically increases the diversity in gameplay. Something like this would be huge. Wouldn't a new hitbox be bad if you could only get it if it's free played? I don't think it would be a bad thing. I'm a hater of the thwomp spikes, I'm gonna be so honest. Yeah, I agree. I think the hitboxes are a bit big on all fronts, personally. But I get why, from a casual perspective, I think the hitboxes they made make sense. I just think for competitive it kind of stinks. I think a special wire for corners would be a more cohesive solution. Yes, but I think that doesn't have the benefit of the aesthetic quality that you gain. Think of how much better maps would look if you could use this instead of wires. Like, we gloss over it, but wires look kind of goofy. They honestly look kind of goofy. And a big... This is why I think there's a real chance something like this gets put into the game, is because a big priority for Clever Endeavor at some point is to make custom maps look less bad. They just don't look good. People don't want to play custom maps because they look stinky. I think some custom maps that we make are good within the community, but it's really hard to make good levels, and they, appear in LevelNet for people to find authentically, organically, or whatever. So stuff like this, would fix that. I feel like indestructible spike ball would make sense. Yeah, but spike balls are really ugly. That's the problem. It's like an indestructible block that kills you. Yeah, exactly. It's just a normal static hazard. That being said, though, this is keep legal reasonably confident. This map's fine. This map's good. I will say, this split path is not great. This split path is not great. I do think this map could be modernized pretty easily. Like, you could make it a lot better with pretty minimal effort. But it's fine. Like, this is still a good map. I play on this map, no problem. This map seems fine, I think. I don't love it personally, but... Am I crazy for saying the end of this level might be too difficult for lower levels? Yes, but I don't want to remove maps for that reason because I have plans in the future. Eventually, I want to introduce a system where there are like easy and hard variants of maps. Because right now we're pretty limited in what we're allowed to build for high-level players. There's a lot of stuff we could do in terms of gameplay that would be interesting and fun that we just don't do because it's hard for newer players and it's a rough experience. But like, once Chonkbot's finished, I can just have it, if it's an amateur tournament, it automatically selects the easy variant. You just put in one stage list, and then depending on which, skill level bracket it is, it selects either the easy or the hard variant. I think this is fine. I don't love this map, but like, there's no reason to remove it. Okay, wait, this map is turned backwards, right? I also think it's super outdated. I think this is a 2024 map. I know it says Bojack, but it's not. I was just uploading someone else's map. Yeah, I don't think flipped maps should be legal. I think it just looks really weird when you have spike balls and stuff placed down. This map's also just not that great. I don't think it's all that good in the year 2026, you know? I think illegal. Gemstone Cave 2, it's fine. Another map, it's fine. I don't think it's particularly great, but it gets the job done. We can keep legal, no problem. This map's awesome. I think Schlumpsk and Botello cooked, honestly. The aesthetic is so good. Super simple, looks good in game. I think the wires are used really well. They're not used everywhere. The game, it's easy to build things. This map's really good. I think I'm very confident in this one. This one I'm gonna need to look at because I'm not sure. I think I'm leaning towards illegal though. So there are a lot of maps made for the Fox update that aren't great. I see some cool stuff you can do early on. This is fine. I got the hiccups, so no. This is fine. This is fine. It's really tight. Ugh, awful. I think it's illegal. I think it's illegal. I think only one of these are in here. I think I can make this map 20 times better now. This map feels like a product of its time. I think I'm gonna remove it. But I do want to make a new I do want to make a new version at some point, but I don't know. The map's, I don't know, it's just not inspiring. Like, this section's too open. You can do some stuff here. I like this section, but like, this gimmick usually ends up playing out the same way. Yeah, I think a new version is in order. I think I can do better aesthetically and gameplay-wise for sure. This section is a whole lot of nothing. This section is also kind of a whole lot of nothing. Okay, here's something. Here's pits are so good for gameplay. This pit does nothing. If your pit is only 2 wires, it's never gonna, like, pit's gotta be big. You gotta have a whole lot of wires so that the threat is that you just can't go to one large area and you need to build around that. But this only ever becomes a setup, and even then it's not gonna get used. I think this map gets removed. It just is not conducive. I think it's not conducive to good gameplay. I also think it falls into the category of like, okay, well, this one's obviously staying legal. I mean, do we even need to? I think this one's gonna be illegal. This one's gonna be illegal for a long time, I think. I don't like the turn. Nokia, you're a hater. You don't like any maps. We've gone over so many of them, and you don't like any of them. This one, I'm very confident. This map's awesome. This map's really good. I love this map. I think people sleep on this map. Botello cooked. Botello really cooked. What's the oldest map that's still legal? I don't know. I think there's some maps from... I honestly think there's probably a map or two from, like, the old days. From, like, 2020 or 2019 that would be in this. I wouldn't be entirely surprised. But I don't know. Checker Tetris? Checker Tetris is... You can play on Checker Tetris. I think Checker Tetris is better gameplay than a lot of modern maps. That map was goated. I don't think it's legal, though. Take it easy, Tactical. Green Path? Green Path is... I don't think Green Path is a great map anymore. I don't love the red wire section near the start for the amateur. I agree. I also think, like, these wires fall into the same category of, like, the pit is just too small. You gotta have a big pit. If you're gonna make a pit, you gotta make it big. Like, I think this section is fine, but you're not really doing... Like, you could genuinely remove this, and it would be probably as good, if not better. Hell, you could even do this. I think this is totally fine. Because this is conducive to, like, you know, projectile playstyles. And I really do want to make sure with legal levels that we don't push away playstyles that can be good for the game. I'm fine. I honestly don't mind at all using tournament legality to make unfun strategies worse. As a matter of fact, that's like my explicit goal. I want that to happen. But there are some playstyles that we need to not phase out. And like another thing. When I talk about placing hazards, like pre-place hazards in maps, I think a lot of people take that and run maybe too far with it. It's good to have sections of maps with no hazards. And it's the same thing with like, everybody wants to have good texture or like terrain on their map. So they don't want any flat lines, but like having flat lines, especially vertical flat lines, vertical walls, those are really easy to build on. There's so much gameplay that we're just losing out by not having those. So it's like you gotta have, you gotta have both. You gotta sprinkle certain things in here and there. If you want pre-place hazards, fine. If you want it in the whole level, that's fine. But, a lot of levels should also include sections that don't have pre-place hazards. I think there should be a broad spectrum of what pre-place hazards and, terrain, all that kind of stuff looks like. Bojack, I want to try building a party map. Give me some theme. I'm not going to give you a theme. I want you to try and find a way to use a thwomp in like an organic way, which isn't too difficult, but like could provide some interesting gameplay. Don't make it so like you can place one obvious setup, but like try and find a way to make a thwomp work as a pre-place hazard. Are only static hazards pre-placed? No. I mean, hell, this map right here has a pre-placed wrecking ball. I'm a big proponent of using pre-placed hazards of all types wherever they are applicable. Like if you have like a castle map, the aesthetic is a castle, and you wanted to include crossbows, that fits in with the aesthetic theme of the map completely. Find a way to make it happen. Make good gameplay. I have no problem with it at all. As long as you're not creating the game, you're just creating gameplay to build upon. That's the big thing. So there's a key difference that a lot of people tend to miss. Bojo, 4 Seasons is your best map of all time. We're just trolling here. We're just saying things. Okay, anyways, this map, even though I agree, I think this section's not good for new players, I think the rest of it is just so well done that it's fine by me. I really like this map. I think probably this one is a remove. It feels to me like this is trying to go with the aesthetic of a 1,000-year stand, but I don't think it executes nearly as well. And I think there's a clear misunderstanding of pre-placed wires here. Like, it's a whole bunch of random ones. These pits genuinely don't do anything. They don't do anything. They're just there. They don't do anything. This map is very fun. Thanks. Yeah, I also think just the aesthetic's not great. I think this one illegal. This one's kind of interesting to me because usually you can't do wires like this in a way that works because you're just creating precision. But it just works for some reason. I don't know. Like, the wires make sense. These don't feel like random wires. It feels like this is a prickly bush. It actually makes sense. I personally don't love this map, but like enough people like it. I think the design is good. The aesthetic is wonderful. I see no reason to remove it. Haka said he's going to remake this one. Yeah, I think you could remake the same map and do a better job, for sure. I think like you could keep the aesthetic the same and just change a few things. Like, for example, this, like, I'll even show you my idea with this. Honest to God, just get rid of that. Just get rid of that. And all of a sudden, it's like, oh, I'm jumping across. This creates gameplay. You're jumping across a pit, and everything you place in this area takes advantage of the fact that there is a pit. You are creating gameplay off of it. By having that, like, lump out there, the pit doesn't really do much, because you just jump over a tiny section. You have to place extra stuff to make it pertinent. I honestly think you could even go a step further and maybe, like, this. You know, maybe more hanging down here, because then it's like you are really forced to interact with the area. I think if you don't have this, like here, okay, here's what I think. Here's what I think. This. Because now it's like you land in here and then you do a curve jump out. I think that's good gameplay design. Easy to set things up, and having this block here, you know, you're forced to interact with it. But yeah, I think this map's good regardless, though. I think keep legal, not confident. I think this is not the best map. I think it's not the best map. This feels like random wires. I think, but this is like made early on into the, you know, era of placing pre-place hazards, so it makes sense. But I do think I would like to combat the whole randomly placed wires narrative. I think this one becomes illegal. One stair, yeah, exactly. People really need to watch out for stair gameplay. I mean, I know, listen, we've all seen what happens when we play Unravel, but still. I don't think this map's very good. It's just hard to build in. There's not much to build off of. No hazards, nothing. Nothing. I think this one goes illegal. Yeah, I think so. I think so. This map's not great. This is gonna be, no, okay, this is, I've had someone, I think it was Morphin, who asked me to make this illegal. I think this is still good enough. I think this is still absolutely good enough. It's a little bit dated. I think this was a wonderful map back in like 2023. I think back in 2023, this is one of the best maps out there. By modern gameplay standards, I don't think it meets the mark, but I still think it's good enough. Bojack just loves this map. I do. The aesthetic is so good. The aesthetic, like, I think a lot of people look at this and like, oh yeah, this is a good aesthetic. I look at this and I think it's a great aesthetic. I think it's like a really, really good aesthetic. I think this is like a 9 or higher out of 10 aesthetic. Because it just looks good in the game. It just looks good in the game. It makes sense. I feel way more immersed with this map. Like, this is clearly toxic sludge. And this is clearly, like, even though it's low resolution pixel art, it's clear that these are like toxic waste barrels. That's awesome. I value that stuff a lot when it comes to levels. I think finding a way to not only have a good aesthetic in-game, but have everything feel thematically appropriate and immersive with the gameplay as a whole, I think it's good. You know what? Yeah, I'm keeping it. I'm keeping it. It's awesome. It is a better 2v2 map than anything, but... Oh my god, Ember, I literally remember that portal setup. That was amazing. Love shot. I think the gameplay is awesome. I will say, when I've played on it, I had a really good time. I also think that this map is... Okay, I will say, this is actually way better aesthetically than people are probably going to give it credit for. Because, like, you look at this and it's like, what the hell is all that? It just feels like a whole, you know, just a mesh of colors. But when you actually go into the game, But like, you specifically legalized this? I did, I know. I'm not infallible. Even though I did something in the past, sometimes, you know, you gotta rectify. One thing I will say, I really, really like that the colored corners of the squares denote a safe spot. That might sound like it means nothing, but it does. It actually matters. It actually matters. It just comes down to gameplay design. I think it's cool. I think it's really cool. This map is harder for new players. A lot harder for new players. I like a lot too. I like a lot too. Pre-wire nerf was ridiculous. I think this map can stay legal. I think it can stay legal. I think it comes down to like a rule of fun. Ultimately, like if I'm thinking about the future, you know, with easy and hard variants of maps, I think this map is very hard carried by the wires. I think if you remove the wires, this map would never in a billion years be turned illegal. No offense, Rye. So if it came down to having easy and hard variants, then maybe at that point we'd have to remove it because I just don't see how an easy variant works. But that's for the future. This map's good. I see no reason to remove it. It is a little bit dated, like... No, but I don't know, even this, like, it has downwards gameplay, but I don't think you can just look at that at a surface level. The downwards gameplay itself is actually good. I feel like I enjoy the downward section. Like, usually there is something placed here that's actually good. This section's okay. This section's okay. But here, really good, really good, really good. I think it's fine. I had a good set on this map. No hazards, but aesthetic is good. I have no problem. Jazz bar. I think it's good. Holy perfect wire jump. Oh my. Yeah, I think this map's fine. One hydrant and skip the whole map. Okay, that's true. That is true. It is one hydrant to skip the whole map. But, like, that's also a really easy counter build. I think you gotta be... I don't think that's too much of an issue. I think for now, keep it legal, not confident. Dissociate, keep legal, not confident. Ice Cream Heaven. Oh, how do we feel about this? This is dated. This is an old map. The path is hard to see, but I think when you're actually in game, it's better. Yeah, this, honestly, this is good. It's fine, it's fine. It's dated, but it's fine. I personally have enjoyed the games that I've played on this map. I've heard people say otherwise, though. I've heard otherwise. So I'm curious to hear. I think this map's good, though. Nell map? Actually true, this is a Nell map. Oops. It's the perfect wire jump map? Wait, what? Am I crazy? Where do you set up perfect wire jumps here? I guess you can place one here. Where else? Right mid? Where? Oh, okay, yeah, never mind. You're right. You're right. That is absolute. That is the easiest perfect wire jump known to man. I think it's fine still, though. Thermal. I really like what Doug was going for. I don't think these T-spikes do what they should because this block in the middle is doing what exactly? Do you know how you can make this map 20 times better instantly? Actually, so free. This... Literally just add wires on top of that block. These T-spikes are a really cool idea. I like them. It is an organic way to build T-spikes into the map. That's great. But they have the problem of, like, how do I do anything with the T-spike when I can just stand here? All of a sudden, you add the wire. Anything you build here, like maybe you do something like that. Let's just imagine this forest. I have to do the precision, and I gotta go quick. Anything I build in this section is like I'm going from one side of the T-spike to the other, and I actually have to deal with it. I don't know, Bren. I honestly have no clue how it works. I like this. I like this also. I mean, yeah, this map's just to keep. I went in here to show off like some ideas, but I think there's no doubt in my mind that this is legal. This map is definitely legal, but it's starting to feel more dated, I think. But I do think it's like it's fine. It plays good. Low-key overrated. Yeah, it's a good map. I don't think it's like anything super crazy. This map is fine. This map's good. I think just keep it. I'm gonna try and go a little bit faster because I don't want to. I think this is the best map by Akbook. I don't even know how to say his name. I think this is the best map he's made, though. The aesthetic works out of game and in game, and the gameplay is actually like really good. I don't know what this wire is doing. I imagine that was originally placed as like a wire crawl for sure, but like, no, it's not there. I think reasonably confident. This map's cool. Let me have a look. Okay, good wires. Okay, here's one thing. This is like actually a good, just general rule to follow. If you have gameplay, you don't want it to be next to the start. You can't really, do much here. If this start was just like here instead, you can use this section. Because the start is here, you can't really use this section. It makes a big difference. It really does. I've seen so many maps that make that issue. That being said, still good. Still good. I like this, really like this. Oh yeah, okay, this map is definitely staying. There's no question in my mind this map is staying. Nokia cooked. Okay, one thing I will say. This is a little bit hard for newer players. I'm fine. Oh wait, never mind, I'm stupid. My bad. It's actually hard for experienced players because you have the perception of a dog. My bad. Good gameplay. Oh, ho ho ho! Like that spring. Holy perfect wire spin. Love that spring. Yeah, this map's staying. No doubt. Well, tiny doubt, but not doubt. I think the gameplay on this is pretty weak, truthfully. I think aesthetically it's good. I think the gameplay is not good. Also, really easy skip. I like the first section a lot. Petition to ban maps with springs? Hell no. I'm a spring lover. I don't like this. Because not only is it a very open section, it is upwards diagonal gameplay, which, like, how do you build anything here ever? This is fine. This is fine enough. We'll keep it, but I think this map's good. I like the critters. I think the pre-place hazard usage is very, it almost feels like malicious compliance. But it's fine. It's fine. The aesthetic is amazing. VB has really surprised me with his art. Like, I honestly think it's, like, great. Like, making low-resolution pixel art that is this clear is so hard. Even if you look at like the best UCH builders, I feel like almost none of them really do this kind of stuff. VB cooked. This is like really impressive. Like even if the gameplay were trash, the aesthetic is just so impressive to me that I just have to keep it. Like this is a genuine 9.5 out of 10 aesthetic. I'll say it. This map's fine. I think it plays well enough. Keep. Fungal. This map is really tight, huh? Yeah, no, this is too tight. This is too tight. It's gone. I like this map. I've heard some people say things. I like this map a lot. I think the gameplay is so good. So good. I also think the aesthetic is way better than, like, I feel like people look at this and like, oh, slop. It's just a whole bunch of weird things randomly put together. Go into the game, it looks good. It looks good. I think it's really ugly. I think you are judging it based off of the picture, and I think we as a community have to evolve past that. The actual map in-game looks fine. Like, truthfully, I think this map looks better than... I think it looks better than a lot. I think it looks better than a lot of maps that good builders make. This looks good. Like, honestly, I like this. I genuinely do. It's simple. And the gameplay is just really good. My biggest complaint is that the path is not, like, that clear. But, like, I don't know. Yeah, but Batella has good gameplay. I agree. I think the gameplay is so good that I just don't care. I'm keeping it. It's really good. This map could be removed, I think. I think it has no real pre-place hazards, and I think the rest of the map is not nearly good enough to justify that, personally. This is like borderline keep remove. Yeah, I think I'm in the same position. I think I'm leaning towards remove, though. Overpass. I mean, let's... dog maps are good. I really like this map. Awesome. This map sucks. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know. A lot of people say I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm not gonna say it sucks. I'm gonna say that I don't like it. I don't think that I would remove it. I do think this map's bad. No, bro. I don't know, man. I have not had any good games on it. I will keep it, but I don't think it's a good map. This map's good. I want to remake this map, truthfully. Because I think aesthetically it's awesome. But I feel like I understand a lot more about gameplay now than I did before. I feel like it still probably is a keep. I feel like the gameplay I see is usually good enough. But yeah, it has a lot of dead space. That's the thing, like... This whole area stinks. Like, this sucks until you get here. Then it's good, 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 good. Okay, okay, good. This area sucks. This area is good. The jumping over the blue tree section is really cool. Yeah, I would definitely anti-corner wire jump this map, though. I like it, but I feel like I just have the worst games on it. Yeah, I'm split 50-50. I really am split 50-50. I think I'm probably going to keep it legal, but I also think it's on the chopping block. You know what I mean? Like, I think the aesthetic can carry the mediocre gameplay. But at some point, I'm going to rework it. At some point, I'm for sure going to rework it. I just don't know how I want to yet. This map's fun. I love pre-placed wrecking balls are always good. I like that there are flat walls you can build on. Aesthetics nice and simple. Good map. This map plays fine. That one cheese, yeah. One thing I will say, I think this map would be 2 billion times better. Actually, there's such an easy way to make this map better. Oh my goodness. These pits don't do anything. What if we just took all of this, moved it up here, and then there's like gameplay here where you jump between. Like maybe do it like this, you know? I think this is a lot better immediately. Now the pits matter. The pit on the left side matters, the pit on the right side matters, pit in between. I think it's just instantly, I don't know. I will say, like, this section, this is where the gameplay usually gets placed. I do still think that this is a better replacement. I think this section is weak. This section is solid. But yeah. How can I get this? Go to the mod server. It's publicly available. That being said, I do still think this is a keep. I do still think this is a keep. There is a lot of dead space. I think it's fine. This map's, at least at a glance, this map is incredible. I have never had a set on this map. But it does look really good. Like, the aesthetic is just so good. Oh my god. Well done. Yeah, I think this is just a keep. I don't need to think too hard about it. 10 years. I think this map is not a keep. I think the wires are not done well. Mortar's cool, but I just don't think there's wonderful gameplay here, personally. Also, crumbling blocks. It is really short, but having short maps is fine. I think this one goes... Yeah. I'm gonna have to look at this one in-game, but I think there's a decent chance that it's gonna go. Really hard to make sense, at least at a glance, of what the path is. Okay, wait, never mind, I see. I like this. I would put this wire here. Just so that it's forced. Like right now, I like the movement of get up here, go around. That's good. That forces it better. This map is fine. This map is fine. I think there's a bit of like the random wire feeling, but like the actual in-game aesthetic is a lot better than I thought it was going to be. And I care more about that than anything. Not than anything, but you know. Yeah, it's fine. This map can stay. I mean, let's be real for a second. Come on, guys. No need to think about that. I haven't played on this map, but I think I really don't like it. I think this section is not good. Especially for newer players. This section's just bad. Too hard for no real reason. Yeah, I don't know. It's tough. It's tough. I think for a long time, my answer to like, oh, this is too hard for newer players is that, you know, if you look at Waterfall or you look at like a lot of the custom maps, they have to build to make the map possible for them. And you can make that same argument for like this is, you know, if a map's too hard, build something to build around that. But I think that's a really short-sighted way of looking at it, because ultimately the newer player experience, sure, they could build, but either way, the fact that they have to, and they probably won't build, you know, maybe they're not good at recognizing it, their experience will be worse either way. I don't know, I just think, like, I just don't think it's a great map. Yeah, honestly, that's a good way to put it. Awesome. Oh wait, add pits that, no, okay, never mind, I misread you. Don't do that. I think that philosophy only applies in specific cases. Which side of the philosophy? The older philosophy or the newer philosophy? I think this one's a remove. I don't know. It's just not a great map. Divine Guardian. I don't think this is great, but we can wait, sure. I'm not gonna argue. I think this is like one of the best maps out there. I'll say it. I love this map. I don't know. This map feels like I can play on it, and I have played many. I've played a good amount of sets on it, and they're always okay. But like, is having okay gameplay enough reason to remove it? I don't think so. Like, it looks good. I love forcing the corner boosts and like super jump chains in this section because oh my god, there's so much stuff you can force. It's fine. It's fine. I have not played inside of this map before. Can somebody who's played in it give me their opinion? Love this map to death. All right, that's enough for me. Someday I will, Nokia. I mean, I wouldn't make a video on that. That's not a main channel thing. Okay, we can keep that. I think this map was way better when it was released than it is now. It is kind of, I think it's a really good example of how gameplay has changed over the last like 2 or so years though. Because the gameplay was really good at the time, I'd say. I think now it's still fine. It's still fine. I just don't think it's like... There's a lot of things I've learned. Like, I think these pits, what are they doing? They're doing a whole lot of nothing. I could place wires all over here and it would be a better map instantly. This split is hit or miss. This split is hit or miss. Chameleon Cage 4, when? When I decide that I don't like this one enough to keep it legal anymore, probably. I think it's still fine. I do think it's still fine. This map's awesome. This map's great. It's super Kreutz built. Like, there are so many cannon wire setups you can place, but I don't care. This map's great. Really fun. This map's also great. Even though it has... Yeah, no, this map's good. This map is also good. Yeah, this map's good. This map needs to be removed, I think. The gameplay is pretty bad. Flames kind of... I think having pre-built flames is whatever. I don't know. I just think the gameplay is actually really rough in this map. Maybe that's just me. Like, every time I've played it, it's not good. Like, it's just a bad amount of tightness with no wires on the walls. So there's never really much you can build other than... I don't know. I just don't think it's... I don't think it's conducive to most gameplay. Yeah, the aesthetics are nice. I don't know. I just don't think the gameplay is good enough. Unme's Valley still plays out fine. It's a bit dated, but it's still fine. This map's beautiful. I don't know about the gameplay, but it is beautiful. I don't know about that one, Spatula. Oh man, I missed a million YouTube comments. My bad. Bojack, what do I do if I've been playing for 660 hours, but I'm still not good enough to play at the same level as plat rank players? That's not... But that's fine. That's fine. You don't need to have... If you can't beat plat players at 660 hours, I think a lot of plat players have more hours than that. That's totally reasonable. Since when is this game competitive? Literally how? I know, it's crazy. Curious what tournament I could sign up for. There's a tournament in the UCH Discord, Eclipse. It has an amateur bracket as well if you're not as skilled or you're worried about playing against high-level players. Join the competitive UCH Discord. Join in now. Hi, I'm new to your channel. I really like your content. You're my inspiration to try and replicate your plays in Ultimate Chicken Horse. Hell yeah, Drew SKK. I'm glad you feel that way, homie. Thank you. Yeah, the middle tree section is cool. I just think, like, diagonal gameplay. And it's like a shallow diagonal, which is the worst kind, usually. I don't know. I think the gameplay's not great, but the aesthetics are good. But it's like, I would never pick this map. I would never pick this map. Morford and Kreutz are salivating. They are frothing at the mouth seeing the sprint spin jump they can place here, though. You liked it the last time you played on it? The gameplay isn't really it, to be fair. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. The aesthetic is good enough that I think it can carry for now, but it's in low confidence. I like Sinor. This map is fun to play in. It's not like... not a top tier map, but it's a very solid, like a B tier, I'd say. How amateur are we talking? There are some people who enter amateur tournaments who've never played competitively at all. You can be as amateur as you want. Some of the people in the amateur brackets are good just because the skill of the community's gotten so high that even amateurs can be tough, but like, I think bare minimum, if you're a newer player, you're going to get 1 or 2 games that are going to be competitive and good. You just got NACL, that's a really good code. I hate talking about maps knowing what mine are. What do you mean? Oh my god, Brad. There you go, that's perfect. Damn, it's hot in Canada. Yeah, it's 26 is not that hot. I don't know. I feel like once it gets like 30, then it's hot. But yeah, this is legal. Reasonably confident. Nomad redo. This map is dated. Very dated. But like this section's fine. You can play in this section. I just feel like it's really hard to build in this section a lot of the time. Like you can get single turn placements and maybe you can use this area to like strike. But it's fine. It's fine. There's holy optimization. I think remove. I don't think the gameplay is good enough to justify the aesthetics. This map is better since it got redone, but honestly, I might want to remove this one. It's just hard to build in. I don't know. I'm not sure. I think keep it a 1. Yeah, I think keep it a 1 is fine. Hey, May. I don't know about this one. Let's see. Let's look in game and get a better sense of it. I think maybe keep it a 1. Split path end. There's a split path end. Ah, there is. That's true. But to be fair, this is already a weak, like this, even without the split path, this is a weak section in terms of building. Like there's not much you can really do. So it's like having the split path doesn't take that much away from it. It was never going to be like all that great of a map regardless. I don't like how much of this is diagonal down. Like this is just like the worst angle you can create in terms of gameplay. What do you build here? Genuinely, what do you build? I think I feel like remove. Like, be honest. How often, if you're playing a ranked set, you see this come up? Are you excited? Do you pick it? Or I feel like I ban it every single time. Grid map for 2v2. Holy staircase placement, though. Holy staircase placement. Yeah, I agree. 100% Kiet, 100%. Holy stutter? Did I stutter? Deadass. What's up, Mongi? I feel like this is... Staircases do ruin legal... Yeah. I think it's a keep at 1, though. It's fine. This map's really cool. Yeah, this map's really cool. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. I think I could have tried harder to make the aesthetics work with the gameplay. It stinks because I think this section is awesome. I love the gameplay here. This sucks ass. This is mid. This sucks ass. This is mid. So it's like, can I really justify having a map stay in when the aesthetics are like fine, but nothing special, and it's like one great section and everything else is just mid? I think I remove this one. I think I remove this one. What about the staircase on dimensional distortion? I mean, I would prefer the rest, like, it's not a reason to make the map illegal. It's not enough to, like, the rest of the map is still so good that it's fine. But we'll probably be better with that fixed. Rework? Yeah, I would rework this map. I would rework this map. But I think this should be removed. This map's fine. It's an old map. We can play on it. I think this map's actually really... Yeah, no. I don't even need to think hard about this one. This map is... You just cannot play this in tournament anymore. Removed. What is this start playing, bro? Gameplay is fine. Yeah, it's fine. This map's good. Interesting gameplay. Hold on, what is that? This might be a little bit too hard for Tournament Legal, though, no? Okay, you have to jump. I really like the idea. I think this is too on the nose with it. Like, I like creating gameplay. I think this is creating gameplay a little bit too much. Maybe not, though. Maybe not, because, like, there's so much cool stuff you can do here. And I haven't played on this map yet. And, like, you can skip over one of them. Like, I don't know. I think the design is a little bit more intentional than I would typically like a map to be. But, like, I feel like I would enjoy playing this map. This part feels so forced on you. It does. It is gimmicky. But having gimmicky maps is, like... We got to assess the map not as the map in itself, but as how assess it in terms of how does this map contribute to like the cumulative pool of maps. And I would rather a pool that has one map like this than a pool that doesn't. Rather than trying to find the perfectly ideal map that fits, you know, checks all the boxes. We can have some maps that miss on some fronts but really hit on others, because then we can get all sorts of gameplay. People just skipped over in tournament? Yeah, I believe that. I think this map is good. This map is nowhere near as good as it used to be, but it's still fine. This map is also fine. It works. It works. Start is here, right? Oh, no. Start is up here. Okay, this is another one of those examples where, like, I mean, I guess for the aesthetic you can't really, but like, these pits aren't doing too much. They're kind of, these are pits that create setups, not gameplay. Start is at bottom right. Okay, so it's like this. Oh, I see. I thought there was gonna be gameplay in the crown, and I was looking forward to that. I don't know. It seems okay, but I think it is tight. Like, there's not going to be a lot of variety in the gameplay here. I think keep legal at 1. Low key, I don't think... I think the map before Lexi added all this stuff was probably better. Which is weird, because, like, individually, like, adding this does make the gameplay of this section better. And adding the wires does make the gameplay individually better. But, like, I don't know. I don't think I'm going to ban it ever. I don't think I'm ever going to... Like, this is easy skip on this map. Yeah, I like this. I like the map. What am I saying? I honestly don't like this map at all. I think it's not very good. No, okay, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I don't know. I think the aesthetic's not... Just looks kind of weird. And the gameplay is, like, fine, but not, like, great. But it is fine at the end of the day. I think this is kind of random wires, a little bit too much, but the aesthetic is cool. This section is awesome. Keep. You can't do anything here. You can't do much here. And then the rest of the sections are so tight that there's not very much variety in the gameplay. I think that's an illegal map now. This map's alright. It's fine. We can keep it. I don't think it's great. We can keep it. This map plays well enough now. Same thing. We can keep it. Okay, wait. Actually, I've had a bunch of people request that I remove this map. Why didn't I? I feel like I looked at the map and I went into it. Holy 2 FPS. Is it really that laggy? That 2x1 section around the start. Yeah, this is a perfect wire jump city. But like, I don't know, perfect wire jump is so easy to counter build against. It's not that strong. I don't know, like it takes 2 turns to set up. Like, the rest of the gameplay honestly looks fine. I don't know. A lot of people complain about this. I think the aesthetic is fine, gameplay's fine. Why remove it? This is also kind of dated. I feel like a lot of older maps, when you look at them, they came from times where we didn't understand functional length as much. Like, we didn't understand how different directions produce different length of gameplay. And, like, I don't know. I feel like we just didn't understand gameplay in general. Because this map was great back in the day. I don't think it's great now. I think it's fine enough to keep. I love this aesthetic a lot. Like, this looks really good. What do these arrows do? That's the question. This map is too much. I think length was another opt-in thing in some... Yeah, it was. I love it. I will say, this arrow section is way cooler than the other ones. This one is dope. This one I could see newer players struggling with. This one I could see as well. That being said, I think the map is good. I'm not going to remove that. No way. This map plays out fine. I've played enough tournament sets on this that worked. We can keep it. Awesome use of colors by VB. This map's fine. It plays. I like it. Classic Kreutz map. We got the Kreutz houses. Plays well enough. No problem. This map's gone, I think. Yeah. I think the aesthetic is not great. The gameplay is fine, but like downwards, down diagonal. I think this one probably gets removed. Man, you're blitzing through these maps now? Well, yeah, I mean, I'm just looking at the screen in front of me, and I'm reading, it says 114 out of 308. That's a little bit tricky. It's a little bit tricky. Yeah, this map can stay. This map's good. Very horizontal, but that's fine. Looks good. This map is very confident. No question in my mind. My mom is calling, but... Sorry, Madre, we're streaming here. This map's short. Short and kind of hard to build in. And it's Christmas themed. I don't know. Unironically, I think if a map wants to be Christmas themed or Halloween themed, it needs to be way better in order to be legal. It needs to be like super high quality. Bro, what is this? You cannot ignore your mom. I'm not, bro. I'll have you know, I've been watching all the Harry Potter movies with my mom recently. You know, we get Chinese food every week, and we watch one of the Harry Potter movies. It's really fun. This is weird because like the map, I don't think the map is great, but I think you can build in it. Like I never struggle to find builds here. The aesthetic is fine, but like I don't know. I was gonna say John Pork. It is, yeah. My mom. It is John Pork. It also is my mom though. That fish black hole, yeah. I think remove. I don't mind keep having the list be more fresh. This map plays out fine. There is something interesting about the structure in Brand's maps. Like, it's very unique. But from what I've played, like, I don't know. I don't think this is the best map. I think it plays well enough, though. No problem. This map... kind of old news, no? Kind of just feels like a remove to me. Like, this map is nowhere near good enough to justify no hazards in the big 2026. Bye-bye. I added this map. I don't know how I feel about it anymore. I don't know. I don't know how this is a legal map. I mean, it can easily be legal. I like the aesthetic, the theme's cool, but I think it can be made illegal. Personally, I don't really like this map, but I don't think it is bad enough to make illegal. Pipe yard, yeah, that's fine. It's cool. Oh, this is so sad, man. This is such a sad one for me. Because I actually love... I think I cooked really hard with the aesthetic. I just think this map is a product of its time. This is... this section felt cool. I really liked what I did conceptually. But, like, 2 diagonal lines moving outwards where you jump across doesn't work. Doesn't work. What do you build? I don't know. But frostbite level, it is. I don't like the shortened ending, though. Yeah, the thing is, I made the shortened ending because the map was too long. But the problem is that the ending was one of the places where you built. If I would love to remake this map. I think I could do much better. A product of its time and it's a year ago? Yeah, but like think about how much has changed over the last year. Like the whole tournament legal maps didn't exist a year ago. And like when I first introduced tournament legal maps, it was a very, you know, archaic system. We didn't have much, you know. I would watch a stream of you making a map. Sometimes, every once in a while I do. I mean, I'm gonna have to make maps for the map pack, but... I don't know. I'm deliberating. I'm gonna let you guys vote. Because I feel like I'm on the fence about this, but it's my map, and like I'm down to, you know, maybe I'm just being intentionally harsh on myself to correct for bias. Wait, I voted the wrong thing. I meant yes. All right, so it's 5-9 then. Now it's 6-9. Y'all gotta think though, would you want to play on an attorney? Like, just don't do it for the coolness. Like, I think you can build on it fine enough. I don't think it's great. We can keep it, but I think this one is really subject to being rebuilt. I'm not even thinking about it. Entropy just has so much fun stuff you can do, IMO. I have not played on this map. I think this map's fine, though. It plays well. Sounds good enough to me. This is another one of those maps. I feel like when I build maps, I actually have this problem so often where, like, the only reason I ever build maps is because I have an idea in mind for, like, the gameplay of one section. And then I build out that section, and then I need to build everything else after the fact, and then I'm too lazy. I think the gameplay starting from here until here is really good. I really like this. I do not like this. I do not like this. Is it worth removing, though? I don't know. Maybe McLeish was right after all. Yo, Alex, thanks for the sub, my man. Free Stadium? Dude, Unfrozen Stadium is fun. I don't care. I like it. You should save the sections locally and then combine them into one map. You might be cooking. You might be cooking. How do we have a hype train? How is that even possible? I didn't know one sub could cause a hype train. I think this one could be legal. I think I've made a lot of worse maps than that. Still legal. Oh yeah, this map's good. This map's good. This map... I don't know. What do y'all think? I haven't really played on this one. Ban? Yeah, okay, let's remove it. I've never seen it and been happy to see it. This map's good. This map's good. This is one of Kiwi's best maps, low-key. This is like... This held up. It stood the test of time. This is still a fun map to play. This map plays well enough. I've played against Morphin on it. I think this end split path is really bad. I think this section stinks. This section's alright. The more I talk about it, the less I feel good about it. I feel like it's fine, though. It's whatever. I think this map should be illegal, though. I just, like, the gameplay up here is bad. And I think the in-game aesthetic is way worse. Whenever you make big pictures, the in-game aesthetic never looks as good as the picture. I think it's a remove. Favela Fever. It's fine. It holds up well enough. This map's good. This map, I think, should be removed. I think the aesthetic is... I don't like the aesthetic. There's no hazards, and like I think the rest of the gameplay isn't anywhere near good enough to justify that. Let's get it out of here. Let's get it out of here. What do we think about this map? What do we think? Does the map looking good play a big role? Absolutely. Absolutely. If a map doesn't look good, it can't be legal. It's like I'm willing to tolerate worse gameplay if the aesthetics are really good. You know? Like, I'm willing to make some concessions for good aesthetics, because at the end of the day, tournament legality has a few purposes. One of them is that we can control the way that the game is played from an outside perspective, which is good. We need that, because there are a lot of strategies that are bad for the game that, you know, just rely on people playing with a gentleman's agreement in order for the game to work. That's one of the things. The other one is that just, like, the game is more fun when you're playing on consistently high quality maps. But the other reason is, like, if I'm hosting a tournament, right, and I'm streaming that tournament, I make a video of that tournament, and a lot of people see that map. If Raito versus Pausia took place on a map that looked like... Let's just have a little look here. Alright, sure. This is a map. I hope this person isn't watching because I don't want to rip into their map, but if Raito and Pausia was played out on a map that looks like this, do you think that video would have done anywhere near as well? It's too hard for me. It wouldn't. It wouldn't. And maybe that seems like it's an insignificant thing, but like at the end of the day... And okay, also, this is not just me making the maps good for me. I think content is very, very important for the growth of a scene. So important. So having good aesthetic appeal, to be able to appeal to a broader audience, that stuff really does matter. They're def watching the ask about gameplay in a comm server. Well, Loki, I think that's a challenge map. Looking at it now, I thought it was a party map from a glance, but it is a challenge map. But yeah, that's why aesthetics matter. I think also, like, people genuinely just like... People just like maps better when they look good. I don't know why a map with mid gameplay but great aesthetics actually does feel better to play than a map with 10 out of 10 gameplay and bad aesthetics. It does matter. All right, I think I make this one illegal. I think so. I don't know. Like, I like the spring. The game, it's just, the gameplay is good. I just don't know. Illegal. Okay, let's make it illegal. Let's make it illegal. Escher Gardens. People low-key don't fuck with this map that much, which feels crazy to me because every game that I play on it is great. This is a perfect 2v2 map. Maybe a bit big for 1v1, but I think it's great. The aesthetics are... I don't think this map is good enough to justify the aesthetics, personally. I really like this section, though. The aesthetics aren't bad. Let me see what it looks like in-game. Because a lot of the time, like, aesthetics like that turn out to look fine when you're actually playing. Yeah, it looks fine enough. This map's good. It's not great, though. I will say this... I don't think the gameplay is all that. This one's a weird one. I feel like every time I see it come up, like, I never pick this map, ever. The aesthetics are okay, but they're not great. I really don't like Hanging Gardens. Yeah, that's fair. I think sometimes you have to use it, though, but, yeah. All right, vote. We're voting. I think you lean into tighter maps. I lean into maps that are easy to build in. And I think you can do maps that aren't as tight, but you need to do them well. And people generally don't do them well. Being easy to build in is like the #1 thing that determines how fun a map is to play. If you have an item that maybe a spike ball comes up in the box or a cannon or whatever, and you're excited to see it, and then you're just looking and you can't find a single spot to put something. That feels worse than anything else, really. Yeah, open sections are hard to build in. I like maps that have varying tightness. I don't know. If you want to make open gameplay, you just have to be really smart about how you use pre-built hazards. And frankly, I don't think we can have tournament legal maps anymore that are open with no hazards. If it's like a relatively closed off or tight map, then I think you can get away. You can still create some good gameplay with no hazards. Open maps, you need to in some way use hazards. So this one will keep legal at a 1. Palace, this map's good. No complaints. Lakeside, this map's great. No complaints. Venture, this map's also great. No complaints. This is one of the oldest maps that is still good. This is a goated 2v2 map. Remove this one. Really? Is Gemstone Cave 2 legal? Yeah, it was. Really? You guys want to remove it? That's crazy. This is like one of the most long-standing maps in the game. Like, yeah, this section does nothing, but I honestly don't even mind it. I really like this section. Every single time I play, there is something awesome in this section. Every time. Should 1v1 and 2v2 not have different pools? Yeah, they should, but that's a matter of, like, somebody has to do that for it to happen. And I will maybe, someday I will do it. It's just like, I got a billion other things, and I don't think 2v2 is at all on my priority list, because I just don't see it, Maybe the greatest 2v2 map ever. I think it's... Honestly, the stage list for that one 2v2 tournament was just absurdly good. Like, Archipelago Ruins is a great 2v2 map. This is a great 2v2 map. That one Globy map, the Eternal Sunset, that Eternal Sun, Chiku Pond, that's what it is. Goated. I think there were others that were also just goated. 1v1v1, the true best way to play. I actually agree. I think 1v1v1v1 sucks. If you have 4 people in your lobby, the map just gets way too hard because everybody wants to be the guy who places down the cool thing that makes the map harder. But when 4 people are doing that at the same time, the difficulty gets way too high and people don't nerf. It's miserable. 3 players, you can build and it's fine. I like it. I'm keeping this stage. I'll put it in 1. Easy, maybe not a 3. I'll put it in a 2 because I think it's kind of hard to build here. But I do like this. I really like this section. It's fine. It's better than fine. Think of how awesome this map would be. Oh my god, Marfy, get in here, man. Please, Marfy, it's never too late. It's never too late. This map could be so much better. Please, bro, I beg of you. Shout out to Selly. Selly makes a lot of good gameplay. Shout out to Selly. Yo, please, Marfy, please, bro. It's never too late, bro. Also, do you guys remember when the map was like this instead? It was so much better. I'll say it. I liked. It was a split path, and I really like taking this path. But like, I think this is better. I think this is way better. And maybe I'd throw in, why is my white like that? Okay, cool. Maybe I'd throw in something like that so that you go on the left side. I think this map could easily be like, maybe even the best map in the game. Just make your own map at that point. Yeah, but like the base is just so good. Like it's still gonna be legal, but like this is like a B tier map. Maybe an A tier map. This could be a double or triple S tier map, no problem. I like this map. I like it. I don't love this map. I don't think the gameplay's good. The aesthetics are good. I don't know about the gameplay though. I think remove. That floor near the end is useless. Yeah, I agree. I think this one's a remove. Floating in the deep. Oh, holy random wires. I think remove. Yeah. I think this map stays, but low-key, I actually don't... I don't know why I don't love it. There's something about it. It's good. It actually is just clearly good. I just don't love it. This is awesome. This map's really good. Holy shit. Yeah, you guys cooked. Nice. Okay, a lot of people have said things about this map. I have not played a real set on it. I've played it in party mode. I haven't played a real set. Is it as gimmicky as people say? Does it feel like it's too much? Not legal, so bad. Keep peak map. The map that started the trend of replace traps. This was not the map that started the trend of replace maps. This is just the first map Unmei made after I started making the big push for creating gameplay. One thing I will say about Unmei as a builder is that I like that she's very willing to experiment. I think a lot of people get too bogged down with this idea of like, I need to make something that's good and I don't want to make something that's bad. But it's like, if we want to have good maps as a community, we gotta, you know, experiment, find things that work, find things that don't. Eventually we have just, I don't know. I really like this section, by the way. really like. I'm keeping it. I'm keeping it. Screw it. I don't know. I'm inclined. I would remove this map personally, but I think I'll put this one up to a vote. I honestly quite like experimenting, but I don't really like building in general. Yeah, that's fair. Low-key fuck with maps that use the void. I agree, bro. Dude, that's the whole reason why I like making pits in maps. Because they work the same way as the void. But the void has, I don't know, it just has a certain charm to it. This map needed custom colors so bad. Yeah, I agree. Alright. Low key, I think going forward, if it's not like a clear victory for yes, I think no probably wins. Because, like, why have a map where it's, like, so split? When there are so many maps out there, we can have all of them. I'm going to make it illegal. The time has finally come. Ignore my rating here. This is just when I was testing out. It sucks because I actually like Unravel a lot. I actually think the gameplay on Unravel is really good. But there are a lot of people who just do not like Unravel. I think it's way better with the night background though. Oh my god. I fuck with the void. I really like the void. I think the gameplay, like, it's literally just this. It's literally just this staircase sucks ass. That's it. I honestly think the rest of the map is, like, really good. I never see, like... Dude, I kind of want to keep it. Like, I actually think I keep it. I actually think I keep it. What if I just remade it right now with no staircase? Because that's the whole problem. The staircase is cheeks, man. It's cheeks. What? Oh, fuck, wait. Wait, is this the right spot even? It is not. Right here. Okay, now I think this could be a little bit more open, no? That was the main issue with this map, wire crawl. Yeah, wire crawls were bad. Okay, how do I get the pattern down? So it's like this, and then I can go like that. That actually works, low key. This section is tight enough that the upwards diagonal is not too bad, I think. This section's fine. I almost want to say open up the path here, though. Because, like, what's this all doing? This gameplay's fine, but, like... but then again, opening up the path here is just upwards diagonal. It's like, what is that? I think it's fine. I feel like it's fine. Because, like, who cares really that much about not having gameplay here? When there's enough, like, the rest of the map is big enough that there is just gameplay. Okay, and the next thing I want to think about is, like, maybe that. Because, like, this is... I think this is better than it was before. Like, now there's actual gameplay in that section. Underrated void use? I'm saying, bro. I honestly... I kind of want to like make the void even bigger by like 1, maybe 2 blocks. How lenient is this coyote? Like if you didn't know a coyote, yeah, okay, you don't have to coyote really. There's also wall jumping. Oops. I think this wire goes away though. This wire sucks. I think the rest of them are like more cohesive. That wire is just not good. Ah, but wait, the whole idea is that this blue ribbon is supposed to be a hazard. Ah, maybe it's fine regardless. Then make it the lighter blue. Yeah, you're right. I can make the gameplay here so much better. But I don't know if I want to... Okay, here's the play. Watch this. We go boom. We go here. And then... I want to fill up this space. I want this to be... You guys see the vision? You guys see what I'm putting down here? Oh my god, what the hell is happening in my chat? Can we normalize using wires for deco? Yeah, absolutely. Okay, here's a freaking idea. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we start with this. Maybe we have 2 like that. Then we can have the blue wires here. Let's do it like here then. Ah, fuck, bro. No one's gonna notice. No one's gonna notice. No one's gonna notice. You actually... No, that's fine. That's fine. It's actually so fine. Maybe like this. Like, I want it to, like, connect, you know what I mean? I want it to connect over here. On a side quest? I am on a bit of a side quest. But that's... I think it was a necessary side quest, because I feel like this is so much better. Doing that breaks the level when you load it. Yeah. You have to place it on the spot that it's meant to be in, you know. Alright, and then I see a very... What's the percentage on this? We're fine. We're actually so fine. Wow. And it's like this. Maybe it's this. And we can just have wires all over the place. Oh, but wait. That's too small, isn't it? This still doesn't look like a wire raveling around itself, though. That looks better. That looks a lot better. Now all of a sudden, any like Kiata jumps or any like I see a lot of I see a vision. I see the vision. Unc lost the plot? You just might be colorblind? What are we talking about, colorblind? What? Make the thing on the right. Surely we had a pre-placed trap, right? I don't see how within the aesthetic of the game I achieved that in this map, frankly. Okay, let me see from a rando's perspective. Okay, that's free, right? Surely that's so free. Alright, yeah, I think this map is just better than it was before. So then the play is, we make this illegal, and then we just post the new unravel. Bang! Just like that. Done. What is that emo? What the fuck? Everyone drop a Buddha bar. Alright, we can get back to it now. This level is... like, it's good. I've had good games on this. It's just random wires are such an issue for so many people that I think we gotta make an example out of them. I think we gotta make an example of random wires. And it is pretty long, too. I think we get rid of this one. I think we do. This map's okay. Fine enough. This map's great. This map's great. This map's great. I have not played on this map, but Miso experiments and does cool stuff in party maps, so let's have a little look. Rainbow Colony's so good. Yeah, Rainbow Colony's good. I do think it probably could be modernized a little bit in terms of hazards. What's happening? Cool section. I don't... What's with the gap, though? I like pits, you know? Maybe, what's wrong with having some pits there? I like it. I say we keep it. I say we keep it. This map's really cool. Aesthetic is good. Structure is good. I'm keeping it. Final answer. I think I talked to V about this map. I think this map is... I think we remove it. I think the gameplay is bad. The aesthetic only looks good in a picture. When you're actually in the game, it's just boring. It's just boring. Removed. I think this gameplay here is bad. I think illegal. I'm making it illegal. I don't think that one should be staying. Gameplay's fine. Aesthetic's good. Why not? It's fine enough. I removed so many new maps. You know, that one's fine. This map, Okay, wait, actually, I had somebody say something about this map. I feel like it's good, personally. But I think I had one or like maybe even two people tell me to make this illegal. I was low-key thinking about this map. I don't fuck with Crash that much either, but I think it's fine to keep. Don't be considerate and just speed ban stuff with brutal honesty. What? I think this map stays. Low key, the tides have turned. I don't like this map nearly as much. This used to be my favorite map. I still love the aesthetic. I think Lexi just nailed it. I don't know. This section's really open, but like things get built here is the thing. There's a difference between open sections where nothing happens and open sections where things do happen. And things do happen here. This section is cool. I think it was cooler before the redo, probably. Section's alright. I really hate this wire though, because the map is so big, you respawn, it takes time for the camera to get to you, and then you're just instinctively holding right when you move, and then you die. I've died genuinely like dozens of times to just that. It happens all the time. I hate it. I read chat for 2 seconds. Hit me the snail emoji if it's there. I don't know. I think this is just something generally, like a lot of people make this mistake. A lot of people make this mistake when designing. But yeah, it is. I think it still stays though, right? Like it's just a good map. Yeah, no, it's a good map. It's a good map. No. This is ancient. This is so tiny, and even though it looks like it's like, oh, this is as small as some of the other maps, no. This map goes from here to here, and then here the map is over, by the way. What are you doing here? What do you do in this section? What do you do down here? Nothing. The map's over. This map's good. Big, but good. I've had great sets with Kreutz there. Okay, I need to speedrun a bit. This map's really good. Is it a 3 good? Is it a 3 good? People need to build with more straight lines. I'll say it. People need to build with more straight lines. I think people look at really old UCH maps that just had really long vertical sections and so many flat things you could build on, and they're like, oh, well, we need to add more terrain, more structure, make it more interesting. But if you make the whole map structured and more interesting, you're not increasing the variety in gameplay because you're taking out all of the vertical wall gameplay that existed to begin with. This map has a bunch of flat ground, and it's good. It works. It's great. Flat ground is fine. Do not be so afraid of having it in your maps. This game is actually fun to play, but the problem is it's difficult to find worthy opponents. My brother joined the competitive UCH Discord. There are some worthy opponents in here. Nah, no juggle right now. Yeah, this map's awesome, though. This map's awesome. I really like it. Good map. Good map. Really good. Bad. I think this map just shouldn't be legal. I think bad gameplay, bad gameplay. The hazard's not done super well. The aesthetic looks impressive. I don't think it looks good. You actually think this is fun? Really? I just don't think this plays well in tournament. I don't know. I also think it's like, it's 2026. We gotta move past build big cool thing in the center and then have the player go around the thing as the gameplay. We gotta move past it, guys. It's time. It's time. Executive decision. I like this one. Great map. Great map. Really small map. Really good aesthetic. Really good aesthetic. I think this might be too small. I honestly do. And there's like no hazards. There's no nothing to build off of. Great 1v1 map. All right, if Morphin says it's good, we'll keep it. Bongy Tree. This map's too damn long, if I'm being honest, but it's fine. This map's not even supposed to be legal. I don't like this map. I think the gradient is kind of cool. Dude, if I'm being so honest, I forgot that I had to make a map for... Like, I agreed a long time ago to make a map for UCH University, and then I just got so wrapped up in my work with the map pack mod, and Pigs reminded me, I'm like, oh shit, I do have to do that. I tried to make a map like this for Distortion. Truthfully, I actually think the Distortion version was way better. I don't know. I think the gameplay in this map is fine. I was thinking make vertical walls because it's easy for low-level players to build on, and low-level players typically struggle to build. I don't think this needs to be tournament legal, though. I would delete the level, honestly. The borders kind of kill it, IMO. Yeah, the problem is, like, I had to put in the borders for this low of a resolution. Like, and also because the gradients are so fine, like, you don't really have good control over custom colors. So when making the gradient, like, I had to have the borders because otherwise, like, these two triangles wouldn't look good next to each other. The original version of this map that I did was just a whole bunch of multicolored triangles overlaid. I think it was way better. I really think I should have stuck it through with that map. But it's just like I was so stressed with Distortion, I didn't have time to do it. Custom colors feels kind of ass. Yeah, I'm thinking of making another mod for custom colors because I think the ones that exist are kind of lazy in the way that they do it. I'm certain you can find a better way to do custom colors. Surely. The center was a bit tight for my taste. Yeah, I mean, this is definitely... This was built for spin jumps. We can be so real about this one. I'm not only saying that for Pickles, because everyone did spin jumps. But I think this is just an illegal map. I think it's one of my worst maps, for sure. This map's great. Gloria is one of Globy's best maps. This map's... good, but not great. But it's fine. Alright, so we already removed the fox. Do we keep this map? I think the random wires are just kind of egregious. And, like, the aesthetic's good, but is it good enough to justify the rest? Like, I don't know. I really, really, really want to... I really want to get rid of the random wires. I cannot overstate that. Because I think a lot of people... It's just the most common complaint that I get when it comes to tournament legal levels. And I agree, it's just not... Yeah, I think I'm gonna remove. I think I'm gonna remove. The image to level colors work well. Yeah, I'm gonna make it legal. This map's great. It does have some random wires, but like aesthetically, it kind of makes sense to me because it's like this is like a broken, you know. These wires are good. These wires are good. The mortars here are really cool. The map's solid. I don't think it's like it's perfect, but it's solid. No. Random wires and like this gameplay is pretty rough, I think. Plus, this is another like big picture aesthetic in game doesn't look as good. I mean, okay, yo, Kiata, I was thinking, you should make a map. You should make a map pack. Call it like Prismatic Caverns or something. And it's just this aesthetic the whole way through. Because I think when it comes to map packs, you need to use a simple aesthetic. Otherwise, you're just not going to be able to make a bunch of levels quickly. But this aesthetic is like so good, dude. I don't know why it looks so good. It's so simple. And there's so many maps that do rainbow themes or aesthetics, but this just looks so much better than all of them put together. Like, this is awesome. Beautiful. I do think this map, it is a little bit hard to build in some places. But it's still good. The map's still great. I mean, no question. There's no world where that doesn't stay. Someone should make this map like purple. You might be, you're right. This map's good enough. Okay, I don't fuck with disruption. Too late. This map's good. This map works. I like the gameplay. Solid map. I think the aesthetic's not great. It is kind of ugly. You know what? Like, we don't even need to think that hard about it. Quaz has a bunch of maps in the stage list, and they're all good. Why not? Up in the Sky 2. I'm seeing no hazards. I don't know if the gameplay is good. Like, how do you build here? How do you build here? How do you build here? Like, you can build here. Yeah, you can build here. But, like, I don't know, man. This gameplay's rough. This gameplay's rough. The picture is good, but the in-game aesthetic, like, it does come down to cloud aesthetics. Do it again. One hydrant cheese the whole map. Yeah, actually true. I think remove. I think remove. I didn't put hazards because they look bad. I mean, gotta have that. You gotta find a way. The good builders make hazards look good. Gotta find a way to make it happen. This map's great. I mean, I preferred the original Odyssey, low-key, but this gameplay feels super one-dimensional to me. But I see, I don't know. This is like the most obvious 6x1 plank known to man. Oh my god. Yeah, like literally it just, yeah. Place it one down, you force the 2 block into the half block, kind of, not really. That's true. It is not. Elsa is though. I use Elsa as 6 block. I don't know. I don't know about this map. I don't know. It feels fine. This map is easy to build on. I like it. Also looks good. It's fine. This map works. Could be better. Could be worse. This map's cool, and I like how Schlumpsk did the wires. Like they're kind of random wires, but like they make sense aesthetically. I dislike Verdure low-key. Yeah, I don't love the map either, but I think it's fine to stay legal. We don't need to get rid of all the maps. We just need to, you know. This map's good enough. This map's great. I really like this map. This map is also great. Alright, is it time? Check. Is it time? Has Glenden seen its final hour in the spotlight? It's quite short, but like it works. It does work is the problem. Is that like the games that were played on this map were fine. It worked. It looks, yeah, no, I don't care. I don't care. We're keeping it. We're keeping it. This map's fine. I mean, it's all right. Please remove. Really, I feel like this map's good. That is not my name. You cook with levels. I love this aesthetic. Oh my god, it's beautiful. This map's also good. This map's also good. This map's also good. I think it's gone. I don't like the aesthetic here. I don't know. But it builds fine. Builds fine enough, just not great. I think this one, Duck wanted this one gone? Alright, it's gone then. If Duck wants gone, then it's gone. This is an okay brand map. I wouldn't hate getting rid of this eventually, but for now it's fine. I played on this the other day. I think the gameplay holds up, honestly. It was a 3-player match though. This is like a much better map to be playing with, you know, not 1v1. But I think it's still good enough. I still like it. I still like it. Really good map. Easy to build on. Free to build on. Looks good. This pit does nothing. Absolutely nothing. Not absolutely nothing, but it does not do a whole lot. Because it's like most of the pit, it's small, there's a safe spot, and then most of it, you know, good part of the pit is just underneath the left side. So this looks like it's like a, oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 block pit. But this is actually like a 4 block pit, which is nothing. Granted, the map is still fine. I think this one probably gets removed. The gameplay is fine. But the aesthetics, I don't know. I've had a couple people question if this one should be legal. I'm gonna let chat vote. I'm gonna let chat vote on it. I think I like it. But enough people have mentioned it that let's have a vote. I think if it's like, let's do 60%. If we get a 60% approval rating, that means it's generally good. All right, 11-3, no more need for vote. Easy peasy. Moon, floor. Oh, this map's cool. This map's really cool. In fact, more maps should be right to left. Yeah, but oh, I hate. Right to left is just so painful. I don't know. Right to left. I think this is a remove. The aesthetic is great. Like, honestly, Schlump's cooked with the pixel art, dude. He cooked. But the gameplay is just not great. I love this map. Really? Yeah, the gameplay is fine. I don't know. We can keep it low confidence then. That's fine. This map seems really tight. Let's have a look. Alright, solid wires. Kreutz probably having a field day with those. That's fine. Perfect wire jump, easy to set up. Fine gameplay. I'm a stupid freaking idiot, man. I'm an idiot. I'm a chud. Holy, place a block and just force this somehow. I can't. Bro. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I think it is too dark. I think the visuals are... This map was kind of hard to build on when we played the other day, Morphin. But it was fine. Like, this spring is cool. Conceptually, it's cool. It's just like... doesn't do anything. You know, like, you can just go over here. You can just go over here. Anything you build around the spring, the first thing you need to do to make that happen is place a billion wires all around. Now, if you just placed wires here, because this is the water. God, okay, low key. Yeah, but the custom colors are good. Like, they're bright and they're used really well. Not like The wires make sense. You can just have the water be wires. This makes sense. I think this is honestly just an instantly better map. It still is around, like, the wires don't do that much in most places, but like right here, for example, the springs matter. Take away the wires. The springs don't matter. They don't do nothing. And like this section too, like, it's still piss easy. You know, it doesn't feel like random wires. This map would be so much better if it just had these wires, honestly. That being said, I mean, I still think it's legal, but you're towing the line. You're definitely towing the line. I like this map. Good enough. Is this a new map? Gotta be. How have I not seen this one? I mean, I assume this is just gonna be the most free keep of all time. I feel like it's very rare that Awesome 200 makes something that I don't want to keep. Oh yeah, good gameplay. I really like that you use the wires here, but you don't use the wires everywhere. I really like that. This is good. Lots of climbing gameplay, but that's good. I feel like we're missing on that. Great wrecking ball. Awesome. Especially feels fine because it's like the pendulum of a clock. Like, yeah, that you cooked. Really cool level. I love this. I feel like this is an easy one. I feel like this one's probably pretty easy. If I were going to make this map again, I would try and redo this section. I would try and find a way to make it a little bit better. It's fine, but there's a lot of potential here. I think other than that, though, I think this map's great. Old? It is pretty old. Not even that old. Yeah, I feel very confident in that one. This map's good. Oh my god, this map is so much better now, dude. This map is so much better with Wire Crawls banned. Holy moly, this map is so much better. It's actually kind of insane how bad Wire Crawls made this map. Oh my god. Like, with Wire Crawls, I would consider making this illegal. With Wire Crawls gone, this is a very confident. This is so obviously legal. This map can stay. I honestly think the gameplay is not very good, though. But I do like the dinosaurs enough. Like, the aesthetic is nice. I think the game, it's just hard to build on is all. Okay, low-key, is removing Green Path all that crazy? Like, it looks good. Don't get me wrong. It looks great. Is it a good map to play the game on? I just don't know. It is way too open. Like, how do you build in most places? And like, yeah, you have a pit here, but if this was extended further and maybe slightly lower, then sure, there'd be some gameplay. But like, this is so tight that like the gameplay you see here lacks variety. It's just gonna be an arrow. Someone places an arrow in here. That's what you do. There's probably a cannon bait in here too. Not much you can do here. The game ends up getting played here, here, and here. I don't know. I think we can remove it. I honestly do. This map's good. I like this map. This map's amazing. Oh my god, this map's so good. This starting section is 10 out of 10 gameplay. The rest of the map is good, but the starting section is 10 out of 10. Yo, Rye, my man, thank you for the 6 months. You're the GOAT. Awesome 200 map, therefore. I will say, I think Awesome 200 has been getting the most, like, very confident. Like, all of her maps have just aged well. But like a lot of other great creators, some of them didn't age, but for some reason, Awesome just aged well. Awesome low-key might be the gameplay goat. I believe that. I honestly do believe that. Awesome, I will say there's one map of yours that I know is getting removed for sure. It might, honestly, it's probably already moved though, so maybe you do have a perfect record. This map surely stays, right? I think the gameplay is dated, but it's still fine. Remove. Okay, here's just another example. Pit that does nothing. If you have a pit and then you have a big thing protruding out of the pit, it's like I can just go to the big thing. I never have to deal with the pit. Like this pit does nothing here. This pit does nothing because you just jump from here to here. This pit is never factored. So it looks, this is the illusion of pre-placed hazards. None of these hazards are doing anything. The left pit isn't, yeah, the left pit isn't useless. This one has some use. I think even so, the map is fine. I don't think it's great. I think it's fine. Good map. I'm removing it. I don't care. I don't care. I think this map is just not good. It amazes me that it has stayed, like in 2026, not good. I just think the aesthetic is like nowhere near good enough to justify the gameplay that is missing. This looks fine to me. Goated map. And I'm not saying that because I helped with it. Some people said too experimental because of the black hole at the very top. But I feel like that is such a tiny part of the gameplay of the map. I feel like the rest of it is very not experimental. I think the gameplay is just kind of awesome. Okay, I will say it was a bit of an experimentation, or a bit of an experiment with the split path here. Because I noticed that there were some split paths that I liked, and I wanted to get practice just experimenting with making intentional split paths. But yeah, I think this map's awesome. Such a cool aesthetic, like so unique. But I think the random wires, bro. Like we have to take random wires out back, old Yeller style. But like, I don't want to remove all of our Archer's maps, you know? The water is so cool. The map looks good. You know what? It's fine. We keep this one. Oh. I think this one's my best map. Aesthetics overcome gameplay? I don't agree with that one. Except the Ferris wheel? I would not put a Ferris wheel in this shit. Originally, this was going to rotate. Because it does in the Bounty Hunter map. One thwomp and I'm cheesing this map? That's true. I think it's fine still, but... I could, if it ever became an issue, I could remove the cheese. It's just, I've played this map so many times, and I've never seen someone cheese it. Like, people always talk about the cheese, but I've never seen it. I'll fix it someday. But I'm keeping it legal. I am not a fan of the aesthetics here. And I think we got some randy wires. The gameplay's fine, though. Like, the gameplay works. It's never been in a 1v1 format. I guess it hasn't in tournament. That's true. I think I'm making this one illegal. Gone. This map is gone. The time has come. This map, not needed. The aesthetics are nowhere near good enough to justify it. Sure, fine. I don't think the map's great, but it's fine. This map's fun to play in. But once again, nothing pit. It's like when you have a pit and you add a bunch of stuff in the middle of the pit that you can just walk on safely, the pit is nothing. Earth Traveler is better than the remake for sure. This map is good though. Kind of hard to, like, this map has a lot of potential, but I feel like it's kind of hard to build anywhere. But like, it's good. It is good. It's probably good enough to keep, right? I think it is. Keep. This is definitely one of the best ACK book maps. This map plays well enough. I think it's starting to get dated, but it plays well enough. This map is cool. Lexi cooked. Plasma mines, good enough. Fine. All right, can we? Can we? Chat, can we be so honest with ourselves for 1 second? I think the day has come. I think the day has come. I think it's time, dude. I think it's time. Do it with me now. This map's not, the gameplay is just not good. The gameplay is just not good. This section, you got nothing. The game is played here, and it's played here. There's nothing. There's so much nothing. Nothing. Too much nothing in a row for a map to be bye-bye. Great aesthetics, just not enough to get there. This is very open. This map's the better of the two, I think. Because this section is just so good. So good. So good. I see things built here all the time, and it's always good. Very confident. This map's fine, right? Right? Yeah, it's fine. I think this one's going. Bye-bye, Fruit Ninja. I think this map is probably going. Very tiny, very tight. Good aesthetic. Yeah, it's going. Bye-bye. This map still plays. The gameplay's still fine enough for me. This map, I think, maybe was a bit more gimmicky. It was experimenting. This map was experimental, which I think experimenting is a good thing. I don't know if the experiment landed. I also just don't like having like boxing gloves and stuff like that visible in the level. Breaks my immersion crazy style. It is really cool, like conceptually, this idea here of like place a non-hazardous block somewhere here and then you get to create an arrow. But I guess you have to place it like here. I don't know, it's tricky. It's tricky because like if you want to actually break this block, you have to take such a big risk. Like it really is a big risk breaking it. But you just can't place a non-hazardous block here, otherwise it blocks the arrow. But it is cool. It is cool. I think the map's... I'm gonna let chat vote. I'm gonna let chat vote on this one. Because a lot of people have expressed that they're not the biggest fans of this, and I understand that. Alright, this one is getting removed then. Enhanced Golden Plateau. This is also a product of its time, I think. Like, it's fun. But I don't know. It's a good map? No, is it? Is it? I think Shelf's best map was the Halloween map. Low confidence keep, I guess. This one's an easy keep. Could use wires. Oh, Quaz, you beautiful bastard. Great map. I think this map is... It would be really easy for me to remove this map. Me personally, I would have no problem taking this out of the pool at all. I think other people might. This section plays fine. Sometimes you get cool stuff here. We can keep it, but I mean, this one's obviously, I mean. I think this is aesthetically my best map. I think the gameplay is interesting, but like... I mean, I'm definitely keeping it. I'm definitely keeping this one. Roar 2 reference? Yeah. Kodak, you know what to do. I mean, yeah, we can be real for 2 seconds. I hate Aphelion. Oh, I hate you! No, I mean, it's not for everyone. The thing about Aphelion Sanctuary is, like, it is a specific type of gameplay, and I think for anyone who's not good at that type of gameplay, they will not like Aphelion Sanctuary. Like, truthfully, I think I kind of get owned by Morphin on that map. I think it's way better for him than it is for me, but I like the map. I don't know what to do with this map. It seems fine. That's true. Okay, that much is true, Miso. I'm gonna make, Ivory would say ban. I guess I'll trust you on that. I'm gonna make the mod, like, extend to the sunset background at some point soon, though. Is this the fixed version of Nocturne? It is, it is. Okay, because the tournament version, low-key, we overlooked way too much. We overlooked way too much stuff. But now you can't do the wired corner jumps. You can't just spam that for free. And, like, I think the gameplay here was drastically improved. This map's awesome. Oh my god. Batella, this is probably your best map. This map is awesome. This map is so good, dude. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I love it. I really love this map. Yeah, this is a high confidence keep. Soul Furnace. This is weird because like it looks like it shouldn't play that well in a lot of sections, but like it just works. I don't know. I like playing on this map. I do. I also like the aesthetic. Looks good in game, and looking at the full picture, you get to see more. 2. This map's great. Dude, low-key, I think Batella is slept on. I think he's actually really slept on as a creator, because I feel like there have been so many maps that have come up where I'm like, oh yeah, Batella, you cooked. I love this gameplay. I really do. I think the aesthetic is wonderful. It looks good. Great map. Great map. Duck. I think duck maps are always good because he just has good structure to them. Like, they're just easy to play in. They really are. Okay, low-key, can I say something? Can I say, chat, can I say something? Yeah, 100% Akka. What if we remove this one? Like, there's nothing here. This is alright. I don't know, man. I don't know. Let's vote. Let's vote. Let's vote. Start and end syndrome? It happens, bro. It happens. Remember, it has to be 60% of the vote says yes. And then we can keep it legal. Otherwise, no dice. No dice. But the frostbite vid, that's true. I feel like it's another just go around the big thing. It is another go around the big thing. And also, like... yeah, just... it's gone. This map plays well. This map plays well. This actually held up really well. I feel like a lot of Harry maps are a product of their time. This one still... the games I played it are great. Awesome map. Awesome map. Especially now with the improved night background. I think, I'm pretty sure Patch's version... I think I might like Patch's version more. But even so. Are the aesthetics good enough? Do we just get rid of this one? Remove Shirley. But like the gameplay is actually pretty good. The gameplay is really good. I'm gonna keep it legal. I like it. I like this map too. I think Merry Glorpmas is fun. I think it looks like there should be a lot of issues with the gameplay, but it's honestly fine. Glorp is fun. I think this map... It doesn't look very good, and it doesn't look like the gameplay should be all that great, but in my experience, the gameplay has been good. I don't know. I'm so confused how this is legal, because it's so easy to build on. How many times in your entire life have you played on this map and you're like, huh, I don't know what to build? Never. There's always something. I don't know. I like it. Start is so bad. The start... Is it, though? I like the start. Not this map, the other map. Glorpment? I don't know which one you're talking about. I think this one we keep. I think it's good. Okay, OG Gemstone Cave. Holy wired corner jump. I think the map's fine. I think it's good. It looks great. Okay, biomes of danger. Cool gameplay, but this pit doesn't really do much, I think. It is kind of random wires. I think legal. Okay, I want to make sure I'm not biased in this. I feel like when I play on this map, the gameplay is good. That I really like it. But I do want to make sure I'm not biased. I think it's a lot better with wire crawls banned. I'll say that much for sure. This was way too easy to just place wire crawls in before. I like the start being to the left of the big present more. Really? I felt that the map was just way too long. Eviscerate this map. All right, then I suppose we will get rid. Let's hold a vote. Let's see. Christmas design. That is true. Christmas maps have to be better in order to stay. I don't know. I can understand why people wouldn't like it. I am really proud of this one though. I think like the theme, I really like the theme and the aesthetic. I think I did a good job on it. Gameplay could be better. All right, the Grinch's Workshop. It's been good. Goodbye, my old friend. Seems fine enough, right? Right? I think the brown area just takes away a lot away visually. Yeah, I think because for the level contest, it had to be under 100%, and the trees and all that took so much percent away. Maybe I just made the same map, but with smaller trees. Low-key, I might rework Grinch's Workshop, because I have some ideas. Gears are good? Alright. Consider it done. I like this one. This is actually one of my favorite Unmei maps, just in terms of pure gameplay. I actually really like this map. I've had so many fun sets on it. I think this map's not very good. Low-key, I saw some people saying this is like the best map ever. I think it's okay. I don't know. I think it's just like the aesthetics are good. The aesthetics are really cool in a big picture. They're okay when you're in the game. And then it's just like there is a big thing in the middle, go around that thing gameplay. And how many maps have you seen that are really all that good where it's big thing in the middle, go around that big thing? How many 10 out of 10 or 9 out of 10 or even 8 out of 10 maps with that design have you seen? I feel like it's just... Bojo, you should rework a bunch of old levels of yours. I do this all the time, low-key, where I, like, as my understanding and appreciation for different things in, you know, in level design matures, I go back and remake my old levels with these new ideas in mind. Because I don't know, I just like having simple aesthetics that I can replicate easily and then just doing different things with them. I think I'm going to remove it. Bye-bye. I like this map. That's cool. I mean, this is a classic. This is a seriously a classic. This map's gonna be around for a long time, I'm sure. Dare I say it? Big thing, go around the thing gameplay. I think this is the worst duck map in here. I think this one has to go. I'm open to opinions. I am open to opinions. I think the map is too open, but I just love it so much. I don't know. This is one of my all-time favorite aesthetics. Like, it's so clever. It's so simplistic. It just does so much with so little. It's really well done. Wish the blues were wires. I agree. I agree so much. Some maps can be open. I agree. I agree some maps can be open. If the blue blocks were replaced with wires, and I mean just wires, this map would be way better. Way better. Way, way, way better. I might even ask Globy to do that for me, because I love this map way too much, dude. I don't want to remove it, but I think we keep it. I think we keep it. I think we keep it, right? Like, you can still play it. It's hard to build in 1v1. Yeah, it is. It is a goated 2v2 map. It is an all-time great 2v2 map. But, like, there's stuff you can do. I think there's a lot of... I play super jumps here a lot of the time. I play corner boost here a lot of the time. Lots of stuff you can do through here. It usually builds upwards. You do stuff. This section is goated. This section, this is where the big dogs hang out. And then up here, there's nothing. You actually just do nothing over here. Was Bubble City reviewed already? I think so. I'm keeping it. I'm keeping it. That's a personal... this map's fine. The aesthetic is like solid. Good enough to stay. It's definitely good enough to stay. I like this gameplay a lot. This is a little bit hard for randos, but maybe, you know, every once in a while I think we say fuck the randos. Every once in a while I think we say fuck the randos. Hot dog map? Yeah. Hot dog map, random wires, big thing, go around the thing. I will say, Globy released this and a whole bunch of people were like, holy shit, this is the best map ever. But I feel like that was very short-lived. I feel like people played on and they're like, well, gameplay's not that great. I think especially like up here and to the end of the map is just bad. I honestly am kind of tempted to remove this one. I'm kind of tempted. Big thing, go around the thing gameplay. The blimp is cool. The blimp is, like, artistically, yeah, super. This is awesome. But it's just like, it's so long and the gameplay is not good enough to justify it. Alright, I will leave this one to a vote. I think if it were... I think I am leaning towards make it illegal. But... who knows? There's a longer map we still haven't gotten to yet. I mean, there are longer maps, but holy, we're getting a lot of no's here. All right, if I don't see a resurgence of yeses in like a few seconds, I'm ending it and we're making it legal. Go to map can't be removed. Scar Archipelago is fine. Like it's I don't think its length is that much of an issue. Bye bye. This map is good. It's good. I'll keep it for now, tentatively. We might readjust that one later. I honestly think Gemstone Cavern 3 probably should be removed. This is like a billion... Isn't this like 1,000,000,000%? Isn't this one like actually 1,000,000,000%? And like, the gameplay here, rough gameplay. Rough gameplay. It's fine over here, fine over here, fine over here. It's just, the start is not great. And it's so... If there's... Yeah, but it doesn't look as good with the optimized version. I think I'm removing this one. I like this map. I like this map. Do other people like this map as much as I do? That's the question. Feels easy to build in. Remove this, honestly? Really? I will say it doesn't utilize wires. Like, the wires are doing nothing. They're kind of just there. Outdated, I think. Oh, yeah, you know what? That's fine. I'm fine with removing this one. I think this one... also remove. Blood Moon Sky. This map's solid. This map's good. Yeah, I like this one. Keep it. Oh, this is like Brand's best map, low-key. This map's great. The Hive by Bojack. I would remake this map. I think the gameplay down here is awesome. I think the gameplay here is fine. I think this sucks. This is not good. And this shouldn't be a split path, probably. I think I would remake it. Truthfully, I would almost rather remove it so that I have motivation to remake it. Because, like, if it's still in there, it's like, I'm not going to do it. I think I'm going to remove it because I actually want to attempt this map again. I like I like the style. I like the theme. I think, if anything, I would keep this, and then I would just fix the second half. Hell, maybe what I'd do is I'd move this corner to be right here, and then you just go straight up like that, shorten the map a little bit. I'm gonna remove it. I'm gonna make a much better map than that. This map's not great. Thoughts? I think I like the old version more. I think the old version more would... the old version, like, way OG comp, was a great map. For its time, you know? I love that map, but you can't really play that in the big 26. This map is great? Alright, I'll trust that. This map's good. Works. This map is cloud gameplay. I think this one's too much cloud gameplay, and I don't think the rest of the map justifies it. Good map. Good map. I like this. Sunken Swamp. This is a good map. Bellheart has been improved for sure. This version is a lot better than what was in the tournament. Bang. Is this map fine? Teemo map, best comp map. Teemo, okay, if we're talking about best comp map of all time, I think the Teemo map has a very real argument. Because it was just such a staple for so long. It was so good for its time. Did Sunken Swamp? Yeah, Sunken Swamp was legalized. I think I want to remove this map. But I don't know. The gameplay does look fine. Like, you can build here. No. This is actually good. This is actually good. It's fine. This map's good. This map... I don't like it. The aesthetic is good, but it's like... maybe I do. This is a toughie. This is a toughie. I never picked this map, truthfully, but let's keep it. I think this is good. Too late, it's gone. Is that a force half block? Yeah, it sure looks like it is, huh? It sure looks like it is. It looks like it's 2 force half blocks. They are kind of cool, though. They are kind of cool. Next person to say it. All right, I see ban. We're banning it. Oh. Nicely done, Miso. What a cool map. This one just looks so good. In the games I played, this one was fine. I think it's... Unfortunately, a lot of Horsing ASAP's maps fall into the category of big thing, go around the thing gameplay. That's kind of just how it is. But like, that's just the nature of what Horsing is making. I do think his gameplay has been getting better. This seemed fine. Yeah, I think this one's fine. Alright, I mean, this map will definitely keep. I do think it has... Like, it is still really good. It's still really good. I think it's a bit dated, though. Like, it's a product of its time, but it's good for its time, so it's still a good map. Seems fine. This one is a It feels like a oh my god, wait, we're there. We're at the very end. Okay, well, you know, I can take a second to think about this then. I also feel like that. You know what? You know what? Let's live a little bit. Let's leave it up to fate. If I get heads, we keep the map, and if I get tails, we remove it. Ah, it's a remove. Good map. Still plays well. Yeah, I don't know what to make of this one. You're not, yeah. Let's have a vote. This is the final one. Let's have a vote. I'm going to add one vote of my own to no, because I would prefer it to not be legal. I guess if my vote is needed, we'll add it. There will be like 140 left. I think probably like 200 or like a little bit less than 200 left is my guess. All right, it's looking like a no. It's looking like a no. Oh my god, I missed a whole bunch of... What the hell is this guy saying? What the... Guys, what's the cheat code that unlocks everything? It's, I think it's... Sprint, sprint, dance, dance, sprint, sprint, rotate right. I'm pretty sure. Alright, we are removing this map. It has been done. Oh my goodness. We've done it. Low key, I think I might make, just for fun, I might make a little website where you can compare, like where you can rank maps. Like it shows you 2 maps, you pick the one that you prefer. And then a whole bunch of people do that a whole bunch of times. And then each map has an elo. It builds up over time. I think it would be cool to get a sense of what people do like and what people don't like. I also think it would be free to do. Make this public? Oh, fuck. I didn't want to do that. No. Please give us peasant folk the right to vote. 3 out of 5 maps removed. No, I only removed like a third of the maps. Good call, Ember. Yes, more than 50. Congratulations on your 10 billion bow bucks, or buckjack, or whatever they're called. Of mine, I mean? Ah, I see, I see. Yeah, I definitely feel bad, you know, removing people's maps. But I think this is a necessary evil. I feel like when I play ranked, it's way too common that I get a stage list where I'm like, this is not good. This stage list is ass. Ideally, I'd like to live in a world where I feel that 0 times. Granted, I don't think that's really possible for everyone, but still. One thing that is nice about this is that, like, we have 230 stages left. My goal, I want to have 200 maps. That's what I think is a good size. The 200 best maps. And then when new good maps come along, that allows us to get more and more strict with our requirements. And we can, you know, we can refresh the map pool, stuff like that. But, like, I don't know. The fact that we have 230 left means that I can afford to be even more strict than I was. Has bro never played the main levels? I've played the main levels. What are you talking about? I think half of my maps were removed too, to be honest. We removed Abyssal Depths, we redid, and I guess Unravel wasn't removed, but we did have to redo it. We got rid of Grinch's Workshop, we got rid of Hive, we got rid of... I don't know. I'm surprised that Pointers stayed. Which one was Pointers again? Oh, yeah. I just think it's cool. I don't know. I'm down. I like having gimmick maps more than I like not having gimmick maps. I prefer non-gimmick maps, but I want the stage list to include some gimmick maps. It's just maximizing variety. I do think the thing with gimmicks is, like, it's really hard to make gimmicks easy to build with. If you can find a gimmick and make it, like, easy to find an actual placement, then, you know, you've stumbled upon something great. It rarely happens that way, but I think it's still a pursuit. It's a worthy pursuit, for sure. That was a very fun stream. That was a fun stream. I had a good time doing that. Sucks that I can't do that all the time. But I am probably going to make that thing where you can, you know, you compare maps against each other. So I think that's cool as hell. It would be awesome to have a list of just, like, the community's favorite maps. With all the other chaotic items in the game, it leans in favor of projectile players. Yeah, but I think it's worth considering that in the current meta, we lean against projectile players. So, like, yes, it is good for projectile players, but that's, like, a correction in the right direction, you know? Projectiles used to be a lot stronger than they are now, in my opinion. I'm sure Ember would agree. Like, old school maps were just better. Like, I think... Would you rather, be so honest with yourself, would you rather play against a projectile player or a knowledge checker? There is a correct answer. There is, I'm sorry. Now go through every non-legal level. That's a good idea. Maybe I should do that. We only have, how many levels do we have? 618 plus 393. Wow, that's a whole lot of levels. Knowledge checker because they are usually buns. I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one. Low-key, I could make the UCH guesser. I could make the UCH dull, where it like shows you a map, and then you have to guess, you know, which map it is. But like it shows you, you know, whether you got the author right, the year that it was created right, all that stuff. Although I don't know how I could do year it was created. I would need someone to collect data for that, and I don't think anyone would be willing to. Because it would take a long, long time. UCH GeoGuessr? Yeah, something like that. Honestly, UCH GeoGuessr is more fun than the UCH Dull. Wait, Cooge, you might be onto something. You might be onto something big. Alright, in the meantime, let me show you guys a little bit of what I've worked on in the map pack mod. Now, instead of another tab, it is part of the options here. And if you go, you can sort them by newest, you can sort them by top rated. They have ratings now. You can sort through your packs. Now there's draft packs, so if you want to build packs as you go, you can add packs to the draft, and when it's ready, you click the publish button, and then all this stuff shows up. But right now, I forgot that it is broken, because I put in a patch that disables some inputs when you're typing in, so you don't like press T and then open the chat or anything like that. But then I accidentally disabled the mouse and everything, so I can't leave. I'm actually stuck here, unfortunately. Man. I will grab all the info for the UCH GeoGuessr if you need me to. The scale is big. Like, the scale of the amount of info we would need is pretty up there. Because we would need so many levels. And maybe what I do... level that hasn't existed for long enough. I don't know. I would have to think about it. I think UCH Guesser is way more fun and way easier to do. Oh, wrong way. Good luck, Miso. Good luck. Getting people to collaborate on big things is so hard. Look at this. Holy moly. You can add to your map pack. Want to create a new map pack? Holy moly. Isn't that cool? Wow. It's taking so long. It's taking so long. This map pack mod is way more in-depth than I originally intended for it to be, but I just feel like it's so cool and has so much potential, and it's honestly so much fun that why don't I go the extra, you know, go the extra mile, make sure I do a good job. Alright, I think with that I end stream though. I don't think I have anything else to show for the map pack mod right now, so... What's the plan after the map pack mod is done? I need to finish UCH Studio. I really need to. Because I need to start making money. I think I would like to move out of this house sooner rather than later. So I should lock in and make money. But if I want to do that, I really need UCH Studio. And then after that, I really need to get Chonkbot done too, because the Challenge API... This is a ticking time bomb right now, by the way. We have 1 month. We have 1 month left until the Challenge API costs money to use, at least in the capacity that we would need it for. So we gotta get that shit sorted out ASAP. I probably should prioritize that over UCH Studio, but it just... I should do my job. I need to make videos. It's a toughie. By the way, when's the rankings? The rankings are whenever I fit them in between all that. I have the graphic started for it. Like I have the graphic what is it? What is it called? Template. I have the graphic template all ready and made up. It's just I have to do more. Low key, just give me the rankings template and I'll just do them. Do you know how to use GIMP? If so, that works. I mean, does Ozzy's Chunkbot UI thing need challenge? The Chunkbot UI that's the one I made for distortion. Ozzy's just fixing some of the stuff that broke from distortion. It does need challenge currently. It does need challenge. We need to. I don't think it's that hard. I don't think it's that hard to replace what challenge does, but still. It is still difficult. It shouldn't be hard to learn. I can show you the basics. I think there was one thing that I had to do first, though, and I don't remember what it was. That's the problem. I don't remember what it was. I'll reach out to you. I'll reach out to you soonish. We'll see. In any case, I think I end stream now. I think I've done everything I wanted to do. Oh, also, what's up, Zedit? Do you think they could possibly in the future add map packs officially? Yeah, absolutely. I absolutely think they could add that in the future. I think it was honestly pretty free to make map packs work. At least, like, if you're looking at like core functionality, I think it was really easy to make. And the thing that was hardest about making the map pack mod was getting the UI to work, you know, making a mod outside of the game's actual code base. If they were doing the same thing I was, but they had, you know, the actual code base to work with, I think it would be easy. I think it would be really, really easy. I think you could make it work, and you could make it work well in like no time at all. Genuinely give it a week or two, I think you could have a full-scale implementation, no problem. Does he know? Yeah, I know. I just haven't ended the stream yet. Now I'm leaving for real. Bye.